past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's so.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, in freedom, in freedom, peace and unity.
Arise, my people, arise, my people.
With love and strength and faith.
All our hearts and minds we from my back to go be down to Benue. From Warri-
Oh my.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. This by the end of the year. How are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Professor, can you
Yeah.
take a read at the comment section, please?
Okay.
Thank you. This is a follow-up broadcast.
Okay.
It's an open discussion. I will be participating less. Then I'll just be timing and looking at decorum. So it's a follow-up. There are a lot of concerns that most of us will have in respect to what Samuel Ekpa said. So for those of you who are here earlier, I'm not Samuel Ekpa, so I can't answer any of his questions. Any question you are going to ask, so I will not be able to answer any. Please, you have to turn on your cameras if you want to join the broadcast, please. So please kindly turn on your camera, then I will bring you in. I will start with Madam Luke first. Madam Luke, you were part of the broadcast from the beginning to the end, I believe.
Yes.
So I will start with you to weigh in on what Simon Ekpa said and what other panelists also said. You have we go around with 3 minutes opening discussion first, then we go to 5 minutes next discussion, and we keep going. The floor is yours. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, fellow panelists, Dr. Damage's family. It was an honor listening to my Prime Minister Simon Ekpa today, and I don't have much to say. The only thing it shows me from his presence today is that, you know, as Nigerians, I don't have hope. I don't know what Nigerians want. When you know, it's just like when I'm I can never go to a forum that discusses Nigerian government. I won't say I will never, but I said I rarely do, because it's not I don't care what is going on there. It's not working for me, and I've totally written them off. It is not my wish that I need to be participating in that kind of forum, because they have demonstrated that they don't have their acts together. Now I have an alternative. I tried Mr. Peter Obi. It didn't work, and I don't think I will support again, because I don't believe in sitting down there and saying Nigeria will work, Nigeria will work, Nigeria will work. And you are part of that situation where Nigeria is not working. People come up here. If you know you don't believe in what Mr. Simon Ekpa is saying, why do you show up on the platform? Why do you show up here? You say you want to ask questions. Questions you already know the answers to. Questions that have already been regurgitated so many times. If you don't want to be part of it, then stay home. No need to spread the hate. Let people who have the same like minds come together and, see how they can have an alternative to what we have now, which is not working, by the way. People will say, oh, he's promoting violence. Is he more violent than what you have now? Is he more violent than what you have now? When it comes to him, your voices are very loud. Meanwhile, you have people who have swapped children for adults. When those children were kidnapped in, were paraded in whatever whatever state they were. Did anybody find out when they were accused? These people have swapped out adults for children, and you people are here buying this badge of a government. Were those children ever legally charged to court? Did you see them in the docket when they were charged? All of a sudden, they show up in court, fainting, and you feel that this deceptive government of yours is doing you service. So you see, I'm not going to be part of that government of deception. I like what Simon Ekpa is doing, whether he's from Kafachan or whether he's from, that's not my business. Somebody has to stay and fight for what Nigeria wants to do. And it has to be an alternative government. By God, if you fight by violence, you will get violence. It's not a matter of preaching violence. You already have violence in Nigeria. So are you going to pretend like Peter Obi, turn the other cheek, wait till you get slapped some more? I don't know what you guys want. My final analysis, every Nigerian, you need to find out what side you are on. You cannot play both sides. It's either you are a Nigerian or you believe in this, your God-forsaken one Nigeria, or you are looking for an alternative to help you. I choose to go for an alternative. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Luke. So what will happen is, Madam Luke, I will take you out to bring somebody in, then we'll go around that way. But you're going to be in backstage. KJ, the floor is yours. You have 3 minutes, please. Sorry, I go for Forefather first. Forefather. I start with Forefather. Forefather, the floor is yours. You have 3 minutes.
The idea that because we want change, we go and jump inside is war situation is not change. And what have any of these people brought to the country other than chaos? Just as much as the government are doing the same thing. They're causing havoc. Even I don't discriminate. People that are causing trouble in the north, people are causing trouble in the Niger Delta, and people that are causing trouble in Abuja themselves, like the government that are doing all over the country. They are all part of the same group of people that are making sure we remain in our chains. Make no mistake. If anybody is telling you that any of these people are going to free you, just look at the symbols behind him. Those people, those symbols represent our downfall, literally. Why are you worrying about the Igbo man? You already have Igbo. Why are you worrying about the Muslim Arab man, which is technically a form of a Igbo man? When you already have an Igbo man behind you, you are carrying an Igbo man. Is that your ancestor? Your ancestors, if they see you, are they going to be very proud? People should be asking themselves some deep questions, because this is where problem where things go wrong with our people. We don't ask ourselves that all those people that died, the ones that they took away, our family members they took away that died in the ocean, that they fed it to fish, and then the ones that made it over, the suffering they went through, that symbol represented them. If somebody wants to truly free you, one of the first things they are going to divorce themselves from, they're not they're going to hate those people, but they're going to shed those things. They will shed those things out of their system. You can't have people that are worshiping foreigners, literally worshiping them, to tell you that, oh, don't worship the other foreigner. What is the difference between Muslim and Christian? Because it's the one that you've just bought into. What is the real difference? Let's face it. The other one, they enslaved you. Muslim, they enslaved us, and they made us Muslims. So because one of them is the one you wear trousers with now, and you say the other one should never be, let's die, shed our blood. For what? Do you know they are killing our people right now? All over the world. If you go to Libya, you go to Sudan, they are killing black people because they are not Arabs. If you go to any country, Dubai, you see the way they treat our people like animals. And yet, we are wearing their symbols as if he's going to save us. We have to ask ourselves some deep questions because this is it's right in your face. It's not even hiding it, and he's sitting in a foreign man's land, causing all this problem inside the country. Do you know how many people have lost their life because of all these problems? At least if there been suffering was for something, I would respect it. I can tell you that he knows what he's doing is not going to work. He knows. He's an agent of control. They use him to control our governments. When they need him, they wheel him out. When they don't need him, they pull him back in. That's why he's there.
Okay. Thank you, Fafa. Your time is up. For those of you backstage, if you are coming in, please have your camera on. If not, I will have to kick you out. You'll be preventing others who wants to speak to come in. So Fafa, I'll put you backstage. I'll bring you back in so that they can go around. Where are you now? Thank you. KJ, the floor is yours. So AY is nice. KJ, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much. I totally disagree with forefather. You see, this is a problem with Africa. Now we are here, and you are trying to draw contrast between what Ekpa has presented and the true picture. Your president is in somewhere in an Arab country. The same people are talking about. What do they treat us better than the Europeans treat us? In fact, I prefer to be in a European country than to be in any of those southeastern countries who don't even treat you as a human being. I have tons and tons of videos of Kenyans and Nigerians who have been treated like animals in those places you're talking about. So let's not begin to bring this contraction. It doesn't make any sense. Two, there's a professional book I was reading one time. It said the difference between a professional and an amateur is that whilst you are busy thinking of what to do as an amateur, the professional is already do something along and correcting and going ahead. That's what makes a difference. I do not support what Simon Ekpa is doing, like I said, or is on. And I've said that many times on this platform. But I cannot do what he's doing. So I clap for him and I support him because no freedom fighter can think straight. Go read through the history. All the people who have fought in freedom, different freedom, to get actualized freedom for their people, none of them would think the way you and I would think. And that's why they are a different set of human beings. Now, whether in the East is losing resources, which one? Did you not lose every resources we had at the end of the Civil War and only had 20 pounds to every family? Did we not? So what's the big deal? What's the difference with the money the East is making? Does that earn them to be recognized and treated better in Nigeria than they are being treated? The last time we counted from Oka to Enugu. How many checkpoints? The video is there for you people to see. Every 5 kilometers you have a checkpoint. In fact, less than 5 kilometers you have a checkpoint before you get to Oka. A journey of less than 1 hour. What are you guys saying? These are all agents of where money is milked from the East. Okay, that's one. Two, has it changed? When Nnamdi Kanu was outside, people were shouting. Some of them, this is not a style. He shouldn't use this. He's too crude. He's too that. He's too this. He's too that. And I kept saying, the day Nnamdi Kanu is available, none of you will present yourself to take over and present the Igbo question. Okay? And people have said many times, they come and ask me, what's the Igbo question? And I've kept saying it. The Igbo question is as simple. Give us a level playing ground. We're not even saying call us your federal government. Give us a level playground for us to do our business and raise our family and don't be intimidated and harassed by the agencies of the government. That's all. We're not asking for you to make us president. Nobody. The Igbos don't even have a king. So are we looking for president? No.
Thank you.
Sorry. 1 more minute. And just one more.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds. And then, sorry, when somebody is doing something, even if we don't accept it, this man has put himself on the line. Whether you like it or not, you are in your house, enjoying yourself, doing everything you want to do. He's there making all the meetings. Let us give him some credit for it. He may not be successful. He may not be doing everything properly like the way he wants it, but at least doing something. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Tom, the floor is yours. You got 3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. See, we just get confused about, there's a thin line between freedom fighting and terrorism. And in my own opinion, what Simon Ekpa stands for is terror. You cannot actualize freedom by terrorist tactic. I mean, he's saying that, well, if you're, regardless whether you're Igbo or whether you're non-Igbo, you come to the southeast and you serve for the so-called Zulu government, that you've marked yourself to be killed. That is not right. And okay, you did ask him yourself that what does it mean that Islam will not be practiced? There are a whole lot of Igbo people that have chosen to be Muslims. I think the right to choose how you want to serve God it should be free. So everything points out that the so-called Biafra that Simon's Ekpa brand of Biafra, what he's pushing for is going to be excuse me, you will not have your say. If you speak anything against him, you're dead. I don't want that kind of nation. And who tells him that my town or my state should come under Biafra just because we are under this thing? Who has he consulted? And he's saying that the people appointed him as a PM. Who are the people? A couple of clueless people that's half educated that have appointed him as PM. Is it the most important thing we should be talking about now? The most important thing we should be talking about is to find a way of freeing that man, either by hook or crook, that is being held by Tinubu. Tinubu is not going to release that man. He's going to hold him very tight, very, very tightly. And they are talking about guns. They are talking about nuclear weapon, and our people are questioning, why do they have all these checkpoints in the southeast? Because we are bringing it on ourselves. You come on a public space like this and all that. You're talking about guns. You're talking about nuclear weapon. You're talking that if you have your way, that you go bomb Aso Rock. It's not right. That is not right. In fact, that is senseless. His brother Umahi is one of the chieftains of the APC that are presently destroying Nigeria. So what are we talking about? Let's just get. I'm not against the actual fighting for the right. See, what we should be talking about in the South is how to make ourselves economically strong and better. Look at Abba. Abba was under the rule of bad governance for years. Look at where Abba is. That is what we should be thinking about. And then when we get ourselves sorted out, and you're trying to claim yourself that Urobo people are part of Biafra and all those crap and all that, people that do not want you, you're forcing them to get into your imaginary Biafran state.
Your time is up.
Thank you. Put me backstage. Thank you.
Yeah. The next one on the sheet is Samuel. Samuel, you have the floor for 3 minutes, please.
Okay, thank you. I had an opportunity to ask him question, and I want to explain a little bit the idea where I was coming from the question I asked him. To start with, some things look impossible until they are done. So I'm not ruling out the possibility of a Biafran state. But until it becomes an actual state, it exists in ideology. This thing cannot die. It has not been able to successfully die. I mean, they fought war about it. People died on both sides, children in their millions, right? But this is 2024. The war was fought many years ago. This is 2024. And we are having a discussion on a social media big platform called YouTube about this same thing. You just have to appreciate that it's too strong to die. It's too strong to be buried. So whether as an ideology or an actuality, it is something that is there, and we cannot shy away from the conversation, which is why I appreciate Dr. Damages for creating a platform. We can't shy away from it. We have to deal with it. We have to talk about it. So it looks impossible, but again, we can sleep and wake up, it is done. Everybody will be surprised. There are people legitimately traveling all over the country, all over the world with Biafran passport. Why do I believe so? There were countries that weren't an independent country, but today they are. Today they are. There are countries that never had independence, but today they have independence. So it's not a taboo for Biafran state to exist. However, I needed and I asked him a question to recognize in the referendum that he claims that is being done, 50 million people has voted. I needed him to appreciate there are probably more than 50 million people who have not voted and who he needs to convince. And some of them see the way the rhetorics that he brings forth about Nnamdi Kanu, and they are thinking, no, that is not right. No, you don't want to talk about him like that. And I asked him, I said, how can Nnamdi Kanu come to Finland to see you? And I indirectly suggested that there could be a central meeting place. The first time he answered it, he said, I'm not in the spirit. He answered it shallowly. I came back again. I said, no, this is not a question I want to answer in a shallow way. I held him to his words, and he came back and began to speak about security concerns, which might be more of a legitimate answer than saying, oh, you need to be in the spirit to understand what we are doing. If you talk about security concern, it's a legitimate answer. But it doesn't cancel the fact that you guys can meet in a central place as against Hamadike going to meet you in Finland. Truth be told, nobody knew you if not for Nnamdi Kanu. People follow you because nature abhors vacuum. There are laws in operation. Nnamdi Kanu is out of the scene. Nature abhors vacuum. Somebody will step up. That's why we follow you. But you can't look down on the one who created a stage for you to shine. You have to accord him respect the way he accorded others respect. I needed him to, okay.
No, finish your statement. Finish your statement.
Okay, that was actually my last statement. I needed him to speak. If you say you're prime minister, you needed to sound like a prime minister, not pandering to your base, but convincing those who are not in your base. And I'm complete.
Thank you very much. Kolala, you have 3 minutes. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Electricity. I was going to ask Forefathers a few questions, but he has left. But maybe I'll just put it to the floor so he can answer.
No, Forefather will come back. He hasn't left. He will come back. So you can ask him the question later.
I'll ask him and he puts it down. I'll watch it later. You see, everybody is against, all those people who are against this guy. So there's an echo.
Sorry, who is that?
Maybe you should mute everyone.
Hold on one second, Kolata. Somebody's.
I think it says in May or whatever.
No. It's yeah. Thank you for that. I've muted him.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I don't know why it's not muted. I'm trying to mute him, but there's something wrong here. All right, go ahead, Kolala.
Okay, so what I don't really get is that somebody has just talked about terrorism here. And then you ask yourself, the Nigerian state, is it not terrorizing its own people? I mean, the things that happened in the Middle Belt, where you could hear the number of killings every other day, is that not terrorism? Or do we just want to attribute all the negatives to one person just because you don't agree with him? And there is something which, whether you deny it, whether you agree with it, it's left for you. But it seems obvious. There's an agenda to Islamize the nation. And it's glaring, except you're not looking underneath. In the attempt to join BRICS, sometime a few years ago, our name was presented in Islam, not in Nigeria as in Nigeria. So if you're not looking, and Forefathers came and was telling us he has some flags and the sign of Christ behind him. What would please you? Is it when he has the sign of another Buddha behind him? Because we are just looking for holes. So I really don't get the alternative. The Nigerian government is a terror state as it is. Yeah, you will see young men that they will go to their hostels and pick them up for having a laptop. What sort of, is that not terrorism? So people should really try to balance their argument, not just say it because you are against somebody else. I really want one night. In fact, I've never been listening to the guy. I've never listened to the guy. I had to share his post somewhere to say, come and listen to Simon Ekpa so I could raise the subscription of the platform. And somebody told me that why should you listen to an uneducated man? The uneducated man is dismissing, is actually affecting his geographical roots. You see the way we think. And the funny side of it is, we always complain that some elements have taken over our politics. It is because the same attitude. Oh, you dismiss them, politics is nothing. You don't want to play politics is dirty. But the people who are ruling you are not good enough.
Okay, thank you.
So it's time we just start being balanced in our views rather than wanting to take one side. And I hope you can give forefathers a chance to answer. So
I'll come back to that later on. Let me go around first, please. I added more time to you because I stopped. Somebody didn't mute their mic. So, Blackstone, the floor is yours. You've got 3 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Electricity, and I greet everybody on the platform. We all Nigerians complain about Nigeria is bad. My question I ask everybody: is there any Nigerian who can say that it can be exempted from contributing to what Nigeria is today, indirectly or directly, looking from our fathers, parents, and everything? We have all made Nigeria what it is today, and we are all complaining about it. Nigeria decay started in the 80s, gradually, but today we are blaming one man. So why can't you just wake up and face reality and claim and accept what we have destroyed by ourselves? But you all complain about other people. If you want to judge other people, first of all, judge yourself. Look at today, Haiti, what they are going through today. It's not an American neighbor, Venezuela, so on and so forth. It's the same problem we are going through, simply because we all decided to have bad leaders. We decided to praise those who make money, whereby they can't give an account how they made the money. We praise the rich, and we put curses on those who are poor. The genuine ones, the upright thinking people insult them. People look down on them. It's a country whereby we reward evil and then destroy the good people. So I don't see any reason why today we are fighting for Biafra, no Biafra. The Biafra people also contributed to what Nigeria is today. They are contributed to what Nigeria is today. Can this be denied? So what are we all talking about? Is it by maybe succeeding for Nigeria and then the Biafra will be good? It is the same people that make Nigeria what it is today. They'll also be there. Yes, Ekpa can talk the way he's talking, proud and everything. Yeah. Just like the last speaker said before Kolala, that nation has not a vacuum. Because now it's not there, that's why I had the opportunity to come out and look at how proud he is. The PM, who made him a PM, who made him a prime minister, who ordained him, who voted for him. And when I went to go, I tried to find the link or where they are doing their so-called voting or the referendum. I couldn't find it. Why don't you put the link on the platform? Let everybody go down and see what is going on there. And then you said that you have 40 states.
We will come to that 40 state in our next discussion. And
so please let us all realize that we are contributing to Nigeria what it is today, and it's all of us that work hand to make Nigeria a better place. And not start blaming each other. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I go to Emmanuel, Kolala, you say you want to ask for further. Please, I beg your indulgence. Let Kolala ask. We can ask each other questions, but remember, none of us are Samuel Ekpa, so you can speak. We can speak for him. But Kolala, can you put your question to Fofada, and Fofada, can you please briefly answer the question, please, Kolala?
Okay, my question to forefathers was, because I came here because of him. I would have left after the first show. You are very against him having the flags of Israel and the United States behind him and the Last Supper. You know, I would have, if I had a way to present to you the president of Indonesia when he was thanking Trump to, I think it was yesterday, you would think it is an employer thanking, no, an employee thanking the employer. He was, I mean, this is a president of a nation in East
Can you just
Asia.
ask the question, please? Just ask him the question,
so
please.
What would please you in terms of the man is just trying to bring in powers that be that can help him. Probably he doesn't even believe in those things, but he needs a power that be that can help, because he knows it is not what he can carry by himself. So I don't know what will please you. Thank you.
It's really simple. What will please me is on my name there. You fight for to defend your people, you enforce the rule of law, and you advance yourself technologically. That is what you do. And that is why we got ourselves into the mess we are in. When the Igbo came here, they were technologically far more advanced than us, while we were busy selling human beings that can invent those things. Until today, all he has given the Southeast and our people is death and destruction. When he should be trying to build, he should be creating a vision for the people so that they can remove the government. Because when you have a strong ideology like the Bolsheviks, the Chinese, and all of them they had, what will happen is that the government will have to fulfill that vision or they will be removed. But all they are giving us is chaos, just as much as the government is doing it. They are all the same side, different sides of the same machine, grinding the nation to the ground. If the civil war didn't happen, do you know where we would have been by now? If all this chaos is not happening, if you don't have stability, you can't grow. Any business will tell you that. And this will keep creating chaos in the country permanently. From the south to the north, a new terrorist group has showed up. They are all our enemies. All of them.
Thank you, Father. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll just add one thing and I'll leave.
No, please. There are other people waiting.
All right. Good night, everyone. Then I just wanted to I'll leave it for you for the comments.
Emmanuel, you have the floor. You have 3 minutes, please. Thank you. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself, please, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, can you unmute yourself, please? You are muted. All right. I think there's something wrong with this. I will go to resolution. Dan, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
You got
Andrew,
3 minutes.
Electricity, respect. I want to respect everybody here. You see, I have an early job today, so I jumped in because of certain things said on this platform by forefather, you know. Nigeria, we have this attitude of saying, "Na so they do them." Any person will bring anything new, how to solve Nigerian problem. People, educated people who sometimes, so not be every time, sometimes I tell them, say, they're educated illiterates. Somebody, they talk something where many Nigerians, they follow. Just because you know, like, and you begin to look about flag and Jesus Christ, or the man come out again, tell you, say, I'm a Christian. This is my symbol, whether you like it or not. You understand what I'm saying, electricity? I think it's high time we forget all those things. Nigeria is a fucked up country. When they come, they say the man is trying to cause trouble in Nigeria. Are we not already dead in that Nigeria? Are we not dead there? Or just because we come here, because we are living in Europe, or people will get money, they go come from Nigeria. The normal people in Nigeria, are they not dead? The worst thing you can do to somebody is to kill somebody slowly. Then when people rise up, revolutionaries like Ekpa, Soworedem, Nnamdi, when they rise up to speak for us, people could just attack them. He's leaving, he's in Finland. He wants to destroy Nigeria. People in Nigeria are dying already. They are looking for somebody to speak for them. You understand? We need a figure. We put our so-called Mr. Talk is cheap, P2B. He went there, he fucked up. Everybody voted for him. He couldn't do anything for Nigeria. He couldn't do nothing. So we are tired of we need people, revolutionaries, people will go trigger something in Nigeria so that there will be something in, because these guys in power, they have guns, they have military, they have everything holding us down. Then when people say they want to throw nuclear bomb for us so wrong, people go say, look at what he's saying, this and that and that. Are they not already poisoning the whole Nigeria? Let us for once live this cowardice life because you are doing good or because you don't like somebody. Then when you come, you condemn people who are braving themselves to remove these cultic criminals who I call the Nigerian government. They are all cults. Look at the one where enter Edo today. Everybody just keep quiet. They think say it's gone like that. We know how they got there now. Please, Mr. Fafada, please, all what you said today, I'm really kind of disappointed in you. Sometimes go straight to the point because people are angry in that country. People are suffering in that country. If people like Samuel Ekpa then can rise up, Sowore can rise up, Nnamdi can rise up. If you don't want to support them, don't discourage other Nigerians supporting them. If you are doing well, not everybody is doing well in that country. People are suffering. We need force by force. If they hold us by force, we should fight them by force. Not come and say, don't say this. They sleep, annual. White things are, they are living well. Others are dying with our money. Oh. Thank you, electricity, man.
Thank you. Michael, you have the floor. You have 3 minutes, please.
Hello. Thank you, boss. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right, quickly. I'm going to take this very, very quickly. Yeah, let me start with the guy called a forefather. You see, the thing about these people is, these guys just want to hate on Simon, but they don't even have a reason to hate him. How can you come here and tell us that we should not follow someone because he has a flag at the back? And while we are talking about freedom, how does that make sense to you? All of you were here during the time of COVID. You saw how the northern borders were open. Fulani were trooping into Nigeria without any accreditation, without any documentation. How many of you have asked yourself that those people who saw during that time that were trooping into Nigeria, where are they right now? How many of you can give account where those men are? Do you know how many of them that are in our land in the southeast right now that we cannot give account of? You see, when we come to talk about the Biafra issue, a lot of you think it's about segregation and presidency. Biafra is a fight for survival. Because as it is right now, we don't even know who is an Igbo person or not anymore in our place. We need Biafra so that we can survive. So we'll be able to police our own borders. We'll be able to know who is coming in and who is going out from our place. We'll be able to know who we are, how many that we are. The Biafra is not all about politics. The guy forefather keep talking about politics, change government. Were you not here when Imo State did the election and they brought what is his name? Hope Uzodinma from 4th place to 1st. What did you do? How many elections have they done in Nigeria where someone actually wins? 2-3 days later, they tell you that Supreme Court has judged somebody else a winner. What have you done? It is too late to go and fight Nigeria politically because the people who have taken over Nigeria have taken over every position. In the southeast, how many police commissioners are Igbos in Igbo states? You have police commissioner in Imo State, and Hausa man, police commissioner in our area that don't know anything about us. They are Fulanis. How do you deal with all this? The man, Tone, he just hates Simon for no reason. You can't keep saying that Simon is killing our people. What evidence do you have? If Tone can give me an evidence that Simon is killing our people, I will give him 1 million naira wherever he is today. You don't have an evidence. Nothing to show. You just want to come and destroy someone's image because you don't like him. This is wrong. We can't keep doing this. We're fighting for survival so that our unborn children can survive. If you don't like what someone is doing, then keep quiet or give us an alternative. You say Simon action is bringing the army to come and kill us. Simon came into this struggle 2019. Before 2019, were the army not killing us in our place? Before Simon raised an army, we were protesting on the street with flags. Were the armies not killing us with flags? So if you say what Simon is doing is not okay, none of you have been able to say, okay, this is an alternative. You just come here, someone is killing people in our place, and you don't even have one evidence to show someone that someone is killed. If you don't want to support Biafra, stop. Someone says, oh, he went to the social media, whatever, he can't see the voting thing. Nigeria is 250 million people. The last election that brought Tinubu were not up to 30 million people that voted. So why was the election not cancelled? Because over 170 something million did not vote. It doesn't work like that. If you want to vote, you go and vote, yes or no. Nobody's stopping you. So we should stop coming here and attacking Simon for doing what he's doing while we don't have an alternative to what he should do better. If you can't give us an alternative, then keep quiet. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think we've lost Akanwa. I think it's Ezene. Ezene Odu. I don't know if you're still here. Yeah, it's Ezene. The floor is yours. Then we'll go to the second round.
I'm here.
After you, please.
I'm here.
Okay, good. You have
I'm
3
here,
minutes.
please.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Mr. Electricity and my brother, forefather. Am I coming out, please? Am I coming out?
Yeah. We can hear you loud and clear.
So, for this word that my brother represent this night, myself, because thank God, if you check your screen, you will see where I am. That is very dark. This is what Nigeria is. It has no reflection of new dimension. So, brother, saying that what Simon Ekpa is doing is wrong, you are doing very big mistake, because first place, all of you that believe in one Nigeria or whatever you believe on, except for Biafra, you have never once bring something on the table to check out if the color is gold or silver, if people will follow you or not. And you are condemning what he's doing, of which people who followed him are willingly followed him. Nobody forced him or her or his or her. Like me now, I'm in Nigeria like this. I'm following him with all my heart, with all my families, because I love him and I love what he's doing. Because I know why you are saying this, because you are safe. You sat on a safety place. Because if you say you are in Nigeria, you wouldn't have said all these things that you are saying. And another thing, I have never seen once, even you this your face, this is my first time of seeing it, because I'm always been on social media. So I've never seen your face once come out and condemn the killing of people, especially somebody that died 2 weeks ago in Enugu, that policeman shoot almost 8 bullets. This Mr. Simon, which is our prime minister, came out and speak a word about it and condemn the death of the man, of which is something that is supposed to be done as somebody who have a sympathetic life. So there's no need, the word that you use tonight, the word cannot move people who already believe on this anymore. It's for people who never heard about Biafra or freedom, that you can use this kind of word and they will look at you. If you say it where people are, because I know you are a very educated person, of which if you use this your educated word, which is in your brain, to this struggle, will move more ahead than where we are now. Please, brother, support him. If you don't have something to put on the table, please. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Aaron, Ezra. So we're coming to the second round now. I'm gonna start with Righteous Man, then Chino. Those who have not spoken, I'm gonna start with them. Righteous Man, Chinoze, Ezra. I can't pronounce something Afro African politics. Aaron, Dr. Agi is back. Actually, I'm gonna start with Dr. Agi. So I'm gonna take. If I take you out, I'll bring you back as soon as Dr. Agi finish. Further, I'm going to take you out because you're a moderator. So you'll
Good night, guys. Good night.
Okay, you want
Thank
to
you.
leave? Okay, Revolution. Thank you. Further, stay there, please. Revolution wants to leave. You want me? Okay, let me remove you. So thank you, Revolution. Dr. Agi, I'll bring you in. The second round is someone Ekpa claimed that the Biafra nation consists of 40 states, and 50 million people have already voted in respect to the Biafra or Prime Minister. And by 2nd of December, if I'm correct, please, I stand to be corrected, whatever is going to happen will happen. So does that mean that by this date, if I'm correct, we are going to see a change or kind of a breakup in Nigeria? I don't know, Ezra, if you're driving, I'm going to remove you. Sorry for that. I should have seen. Hold on 1 second, please. You need to pull over before I can bring you in. So, Dr. Agi, okay. 1, 50 million people have voted. 2, 2nd of December, are we going to see a change in Nigeria? And if yes, what sort of change is that? Are we going to see the realization of the Biafra states swinging into full force? Thank you. The floor is yours. You have on this round, we'll be going 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, please.
Okay. If I'm getting 5 minutes now, if you don't mind, you're gonna give me extra 1 minute because I left earlier. Anyway,
that's what I'm starting with you.
Yeah. Let me address what you just said about. First of all, I'm Dr. Agi, and just to put it out there for disclosure, I'm part of the government of Biafra government in exile, and actually, what made me to come up here. I was coming to not address, just to educate. Tone, is it pronounced tone or tone? I don't know. I don't want to mispronounce it. In English, it should be tone. I don't know how he pronounces it. Mr. Tone, if you're still around, when you came to ask the Prime Minister question, you came out as somebody who has no idea at all about who he is, and I'm going to support it with this. One of the things you said is that he doesn't have any military background. So that alone sold you out, that you don't even know what is going on. Matt Simon is a sniper. He has been, he's in a military in Finland, just to answer that, because I go by facts. And another thing he kept mentioning, I'm still talking about Mr. Tone, he kept mentioning Anambra. Why sensationalizing things? You make it as if Anambra is more important than any other Igbo-speaking area. Things like that, or then you use the term the educated elite people from Anambra and all that. Things like that for a young man as you are, I was kind of disappointed. It's like, so in summary for Mr. Tone, I would suggest that 2 things which I typed for you in the chat. First of all, research on Master Simon Ekpa, and 2, the research of what agitation is all about. You don't have to agree with him, but when you come out, so that you come out with facts. Then another person too that I wanted to touch is Mr. Forefather is there. I hope you can hear me. Throughout your own saying, all these things are things that I picked up. You kept hammering about the white Jesus, white Jesus. Maybe because you are forefathers. First of all, that shows you were not here when His Excellency was on the platform. Somebody had asked him about that in a different form, and he acknowledged that he's a Christian and that he is also somebody that believes in tradition. So, forefathers, if why you hate him as you son, not that he really cares, he doesn't really mind. I would suggest that you hate him with facts. As for what he has behind and all that, he addressed it. And then somebody was saying that like forefather was using a very abusive language when he said that people that made His Excellency Prime Minister are uneducated people, whatever. Okay, I'm addressing him. Normally, I'll just ignore him. We are educated. There are people more educated than I am. That is in Biafra agitation you don't get to see. So when you speak, again, speak with facts. That's it about that. Then let me address what you said about the Finland. Definitely, His Excellency made it clear here. Some people were thinking after the December 2nd that it's going to be a conventional war. That he addressed as no, there's not going to be conventional war. That the only thing that is going to change is that they are going to tighten the belt and also seeking for recognition from other countries, which he cannot do now until the event in Finland happens. Then somebody was talking about who made him prime minister. Again, that person should very much study what agitation is. You cannot present yourself as a country or you're seeking a country without having a leader. And that's exactly what most of the agitators, the person that has the exile group, that's the title that they bear. So in summary, most of us here, we don't have to agree with him, and I'm not here to convince you to agree with him. I'm just saying, when we dialogue, we talk. Let's talk with facts, and in that way, we'll have a very, very good conversation, and we'll learn from one another. Nobody speaks for anybody. We're independent people. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Before I hope you're staying behind. I need to ask you this. You stated that you're part of the Biafra in exile.
Correct.
And you understand Samuel Ekpa very well.
Correct.
You still have this. So are you in a capacity to take questions from the panelists in respect to some of the things Samuel Ekpa said?
No, I will not speak for His Excellency, but I can answer the one that I know I'm capable, just like the ones I've mentioned about his background, that he's a military, he's a soldier, and he's a lawyer with a master's degree. So someone coming out here to say that he's not educated, he doesn't know, that's not right. Let's present facts. I could stand behind, ask me the question, the one I can, I will. The one I know I cannot, I will not answer. Do you mind?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna change the way things are going now, given to the fact that the guest, one of the panelists says she's part of the Biafra in exile. Are we okay with that? Can we go on
ahead.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least can some of us make our submission first, if that's okay.
Okay.
Madam, but please don't abuse me. Don't abuse me, okay? Please. I apply.
I don't think anybody abuse you now. Sorry. Yeah. Please, let's be respectful. I didn't hear. Do you mind staying back so that some people those who have not made their submission? Do you mind?
Sure. I'll stay. Let me go.
So, Righteous Man, do you want to make your submission or you want to address the lady? Because you're next now.
I want to make my submission before addressing.
Okay, so I'll give you 3 minutes to make your submission, then 2 minutes to address her. Is that okay with
you? Electricity. I just want to say this publicly. I thought you were a dictator before. I've been watching you and I discovered that you are just simply a disciplined man. And that is how you, it reflects in how you handle things. That's just for you anyway.
I'm blushing, Righteous Man. I'm blushing right now. You're making me to blush.
No. So, 2 things struck my mind. 2 things made me to ask, does westernization or does living in the Western world makes one more educated, more qualified, or more human than those of us that lives in Nigeria? Because the submission of my brother and my very good friend, Tone, and the forefathers was like, come, wait a minute. If those that lives in Nigeria, where I live, speaks in the manner they spoke, these two gentlemen spoke, when we call them illiterate, we will give them names. I was shocked that my so good friend and brother Tone could make such submissions he made. I don't think that agitation requires every person to be part of it, but that does not make it wrong. I live in Nigeria. I have my family in the southeast. I have my family in the south-south. I have my family in Abuja and the Connaught. And by virtue of my position in my family, I get reports from them. I think last time, I think it should be last week or last 2 weeks, I made a comment during Dr. Rudolph show. I said, this thing that they always say that the Southeast is boiling, that is not true. That is absolutely not true. Because I have a brother-in-law who drives every day to the east, from Lagos to Port Harcourt, to Owerri, to Onitsha, back to Lagos. And he gives me everyday information. My brother-in-law sells at Onitsha, building materials. And each time I call him to ask him question about the seat at home, he said that is their decision, that they decided on their own, because this question of being threatened or being killed is a propaganda from the media. I asked him, he said they decided on their own, even because of Nnamdi Kanu, not because of Simon Ekpa. So that the Nigerian government will know that they in the southeast are not happy with the treatment melted on him. So I am shocked that my brother Tone is kind of defend the Nigerian state for militarizing the southeast. I am living in Nigeria prior before the advent of MASSOP or IPOP or Simon Ekpa. I travel regularly to the east. The checkpoints you see on the road is uncountable. And that checkpoint does not just end in searching you, extorting resources from you. And if eventually you protest, you get kicked and you kick the bucket. And so I am shocked that those who lived in the Western world, who's supposed to be pragmatic in their submission, is just indicting and saying things that they cannot defend. Okay, I have read the history and the biography of Simon Ekpa. He is a military personnel in Finland and a lawyer. I have my friend who lives in Finland who knows him one-on-one. So I don't know, when we come to the public, we try to rubbish individuals because of where we feel. I don't do that. I respect everybody and I respect the opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. You have 1 minute to address the lady, please, if you want to.
Okay, my sister, I was somewhere within Nigeria, but not Lagos, when you had the last convention, where I monitored it anyway, because I was interested to know what was going on, because after Nnamdi Kanu was picked up, it seems as if there was chaos in the organization of IPOP. And so when Simon Ekpa came up, I was trying to see if what happened to Juku during the Civil War will happen to Nnamdi Kanu, where there was sabotage and he was betrayed. And that led him to surrender and flew, in order to save his life and that of his family. That was how I started following Simon Ekpa. And I witnessed what happened there that very day. I witnessed the voting. I witnessed somebody from Amazonia that came to make a speech. So my question to you, Ma, the killings that are going on in the Southeast, who is responsible? Is it Simon Ekpa Liberation Army? Is it what do they call IPOP own, ESN? Or is it the unknown gunmen?
You muted, Mark. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Okay, sorry about that. I forgot. I said earlier, His Excellency answered this question by giving examples, people that were killed before he even joined IPOB then, when Mazi was around. Currently, the people killing the people in Biafra land are the terrorist military in uniform. And then locally, allegedly, there's a group called Ibubago, which all of us know the time the Southeastern governors formed that group. They act like the informants for the Nigerian terrorist group. So those are the ones responsible. The Biafra Liberation Army, what they are doing is to defend. And it's quite unfortunate that that's why I always say that before we come out, we should not be angry. We should come out to have discussion. If you look back before Mazi Simon the Biafra government in exile equipped Biafra Liberation Army, the killing, adoption, and everything were more than they are today, if we're honest. You ask people on the ground. But what happens is this: when this defense occurs, the Biafran terrorist military do not go after the Biafra Defense Force. They go to the innocent people and go and burn their houses instead of, fighting the people who are ready to engage them. So the answer is that is the military terrorist that is killing the people and abducting young people, abducting our boys every day and taking them to the north, not even in the prison in the southeastern states. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chinoze, the floor is yours. You have 3 minutes to make your submission, and if you want to address the lady, please, the floor is yours. You're muted. You're not speaking, Chinoze. You're muted, please. Can you unmute, please?
Good evening, this is Chinonso. I hope I'm coming out.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to, let all protocol be observed in the first place, but I want to just sincerely say one thing before I move on. I flew from Nigeria because I refused to join a Bubago who is always burning people's house and doing the thing in Biafra land. In 2002, I flew from Nigeria. I refused to join the group when the governors called me to come and join, to be burning houses of those who are fighting for Biafra. I flew and I ran away from Nigeria. That is why I'm still alive today. Because if I'm in Nigeria right now, I could have been a dead man because I know what I passed through before I flew. Because I refuse to point hand to people that are fighting for Biafra. I refuse to carry Nigerian army to show this is this person, this is this person. They come after me. I have to run. The question that we should be asking ourselves, Simon Ekpa, which year did he emerge as a Biafra, start fighting for Biafra? That is the question. 2019 of yesterday. I went to protest in Ekpa. I was among those who the Nigerian army come to one-on-one to shoot. My God saved me through my name. I have followed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for all his protests in Biafra land, in Ebonyi State, in Ekusigo, in Ekulobia. Name anywhere he went when he come out. Even when he was inside, Uchemafa was instructing us to go for protests. Is this Simon Ekpa that is shooting us that time and killing us that time? For whoever that is calling Simon Ekpa this, Simon Ekpa that, we leave those who are beating us and we leave them and be beating somebody who has come to save us more. Well, the issue is this: the same people that Jesus Christ come to save are those who kill him, who said, kill him, kill him. That is what we are seeing. And the most saboteurs in life is Igbo saboteurs. They are the most sabo in life. If you can handle them, you have handled any other difficult thing in this life. We need to understand that a problem of Nigeria is we need to divide, let everybody go. I have served Nigeria and come back in shame and run out of Nigeria. So whoever that is here talking about Nigeria when he has never served Nigeria, worked for Nigeria, will not understand the pain I am feeling right here. I am right now. Because Simon is Simon of yesterday. The Biafra declaration, the way I understand what Simon Ekpa is doing, based on a question you asked, is this. For Finland, what they are going to do in Finland for us is that for them to have mandate to provide a law, things that they are going to submit to EU, UN, and the Washington DC, and look at our grievances. Now we have our Biafra Liberation Army, we have our government, we have House of this, we have everything that government demand on us to become a country. They can be able to present it with the mandate of people that over 50 million has voted. Me that is talking to you, I helped 20 people to do the voting by myself in my area. Let nobody say that Simon is just claiming and he's assuming. I said, Chino, so who is talking to you? I have helped 20 people to vote. On this second phase, on Sunday, I helped 5 people to vote. Only me has helped 25, including myself, to vote. That is 26 people that have voted. And you are here because of you like one way or the other, you are benefiting from Nigeria government. You think that this is 21st century. Those things that makes Ojukwu to lose the war is what Simon has put in place. What is those things? No social media, no phone, no alliance. Is a brother of Ojukwu that who sabotaged him. And the last word from Ojukwu said, "Let my people go." That is last word. And he also said, make inquiry, that Biafra will come from diaspora. That is what Simon Ekpa is doing, and Masnandi Kam is doing right now. So I want to submit by my last word by telling all of us, let's go and deal with Nigeria with their Islamic agenda, not Simon Ekpa.
All right, thank you. Ovie, I think, hold on 1 second. Okay, the guy is gone. Ovie, you have the floor. You have 3 minutes to make your submission and 2 minutes if you have anything to address. Then I will put a question to a general question, but I will allow the lady to answer the question first. Then there could be a follow up. So Ovie, the floor is yours. You got 3 minutes for your submission, and if you have any direct question you want to throw at the lady on the floor, thank you.
Yeah, good everybody, and kudos to Dr. Dameji. I think his guest has been, impactful for the past almost how many weeks back to back now. One of the guests that Dr. Dameji has been bringing is make some statement. I can't remember who in particular said that we are a victim of history. And that statement no really carry weight until when one begin to actually dig deep to actually understand which the country we will come from. Then you begin to understand, yes, that people will deny us history, the injustice we did to us, they deserve to face firing squad. I said that to say this. During the course of this American campaign, Joe Rogan asked Donald Trump if he could release the classified document of JFK assassination. Donald Trump replied, said, not really. Why? Because some people are still alive. It don't make sense to me until I begin to relate on to Nigeria with everything that is going on currently. So I begin to understand that Obasanjo is still alive. Gowon is still alive. I mean, pretty much so many people that were born under British Nigeria are still alive. So in other words, yes, a reason for them to keep us away from what actually happened in the past, because the main players are still alive. I'm saying this to say, in the midst of all this confusion, there are some people who can see clearly. Just like as our people say, who they cry, they see road. It baffles me when people say, what is the ideology? What is the ideology? The ideology is Biafra is rooted in self-determination and the preservation of the Igbo people, economic freedom. That's what the ideology is rooted in. And whether we like it or not, leaders are going to come under that their ideology with different style of leadership. So no matter what is going on, those people understand who they were. You might disagree with where they are going to or how they are going about it, but you cannot disagree the fact that they know who they were, and that is what is actually keeping them to survive. That's the inspiration behind the struggle. We know who we were, and we know what we can do. So, and at this point, if there's anything I get from Simon Ekpa, I think it doesn't matter if you understand or you don't understand. With time, you will get caught up. Because if you look at history, no actually country today, from Haiti to the America to the Chinese, every true free nation in this world, if you go down to their history, now some elements they start on. We no agree. Everybody will go against them. But if they keep going, at a point, the government itself will back them up. That's what happened in China when you're talking about the Boxer Revolution. The Nigerian civil war that will come, it's not going to be about tribe, but religion will play out and technology. At that time, maybe we will understand if this agitation is still going, they might be the savior. Because it's coming, whether we like it or not. Because what they understand that there are a group of strangers who are coming to make sure they don't exist anymore. And that's how it is. Now, animal kingdom with day. If you don't have the spirit of conquer, you stand a chance to be conquered. It's as simple as that. The jungle that we call this earth, if you don't have the spirit to conquer, you stand to be conquered. It's happening, even up to today. What do you think is happening in Gaza? So, I don't, at this point, when Samuel Ekpa talk, say, I know him before and I don't know him again. That is deep and it's a fact. What changed for me between him is that I come to understand why he changed, the transition between who he used to be and who he is now. Because that was the question I wanted to ask him the first time he came on Dr. Damiji's show. That why do you want to destroy the launching part, the part that launched you to what you are today? And I used that phrase to connote the events that he does, what me and him have in common, which is sport. He's a triple jumper. As a triple jumper, you come back, that board that you land on back, that's the launching pad. So I use Nigeria as a metaphor. Why do you want to destroy Nigeria that give you the opportunity? But we will never get the time to have that conversation on that day. But by the time I decide to say, let me go deep to what actually happened in the Biafra, what is the role of the Western world, I begin to understand the transition where this guy play. So I start seeing him or assessing him from who he is as a person, but from two angles. I start assessing him from the ideology that he represents, which is the Biafra ideology, and his style of leadership. Don't have to agree with it, but it's effective. I am not the one recognizing him. The Federal Republic of Nigeria recognizes his leadership. That's why he's a wanted man by the federal government. It must come out negative. But not be everybody federal government they go after.
Thank you.
So he represents something that is bigger than him. And he said it clearly. That's why I thank him. I gave him 3 thanks. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being this clear in your submission. But most importantly, thanks for the response you gave Dr. Damiji. So the ideology is Biafra. In case you don't know what that means, go do more of your research. It's rooted in self-preservation and self-government, and just lots to that, because the country I live in today in America, the people who are here now, nobody so they look like before.
Your time is up. Thank you very much.
Mr. Electricity, please, do you mind? Let me just address all the politics. All the politics.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was on the platform the day on Dr. I wasn't on the platform. I was watching. You said that His Excellency did not answer you. He answered you. You said that was then. That's what he told you when you wanted to bring that up. He said that was then because you came to him as someone that knew him. But he just told you, it's like to you, it's like, hey, is this somebody that I know? Yes, that was then. That's what he said. yeah. So
thank you. You're right. I appreciate that. Thanks for that clarification.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Am I allowed
Madam,
to have my say, not to mention respond? Because it looks like you have just been ignored now.
No. I'm giving people who have not spoken opportunity to speak first. I mean, to speak.
Okay, because I've been here, people have gone around the round.
No, I've not gone around. That's incorrect.
And I've been referred to by how many people, and you
It's
didn't
okay.
give me
You have
one
your time
fair
to speak,
chance to
Father.
respond.
Father, they say you love listening to yourself. You won't change.
This forefathers, maybe we should just put him
Madam,
back.
That is very unkind of you. I do have feelings. People are very weird like that. If it was you, anybody else sitting here, people one after the other keep referring to you, and you don't give them the option to respond.
Father,
You
you will
think
have
that
your
is
time
fair?
to speak. Can
Go
you
ahead.
just calm down, please? You have time to speak. Madam, Rudolph put certain question. I mean, Samuel referenced the drafters of the Constitution and who are this head of the counties and everything. And it seems to he evaded the question. He wasn't open to it. There appears, in my view, there appears to be lack of transparency in some of the things that he claimed or he said. Would you mind weighing on the drafters of the Constitution? Constitution is not a secret thing, it's an open document. The drafters could be anybody. Why do you have an idea as to why that is the case?
Yes. And the first of all, our forefathers, I was only kidding. It's like you're too serious. I was going by your name, forefathers. I said, since you are the forefathers, we should put you behind. That's what I meant. Don't be offended, okay? Yeah. Regarding the Constitution, His Excellency did answer. He said that the 40 states of the United States of Biafra had a representative from each state that contributed to the Constitution. And he went further to say that we all know that Constitution is a living document. You understand what that means? So what is here, whatever that has been put up is bound to be changed. And it's not a secret. After the Finland Convention, that will be open for everybody to see. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Forefather, I will come to you. You want to speak? I'm going to throw the floor open. By this, I mean anybody can speak, but if you interject with respect. Have decorum, please. And the lady is here to take your question. Like she said, she's not speaking, or she can't speak on behalf of Simon Ekpa. So have that at the back of your mind when you're addressing her. So as things stands, before I go, I open the floor. Tony, you wanted to say something?
No, I have not had my 5 minutes before you open the floor, sir.
You don't have Simon. Don't worry. I'll open the floor so you can have millions minutes. So don't worry about that. Okay. So you wanted to say something, then I'll go to forefather. You're muted, Tony. The floor is yours. 2 minutes, please.
Okay.
Tony, you're muted. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What I was
please,
saying.
Ton, let me say this, please. Be respectful and no abusive languages and no insult, please. Thank you. The floor is yours.
What I was referring to, that Simon hasn't got any military background. Yeah, there's a whole different thing of being in paramilitary. I've never seen any reference to say that he's involved with the Finnish military anyway. So, but he has not gone to any war. So he should just leave. You guys should just leave that matter that you're not very well versed on. But where I fault him is his utterances that is giving the Nigerian government more confidence and references to hold on to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can't be doing that. And you did say, because you see, there's a problem I have with IPOB agitators. When the criminal element of the IPOB kill Nigerian soldiers, you people will deflect and say it's Janjaweed soldiers are pretending. Who says so? There are some criminal, that's what I'm trying to say. There are some criminal elements of the IPOB people that are unleashing terror on people. And you people have failed to own that and address that. Let the truth be told. Well, who killed, for instance, who killed Dora Akunyili's husband? Is it a coincidence that a week or thereabout after he criticized the IPOB, he was murdered in cold blood? So that is my thing. I know that, but for the IPOB thing, I know for the IPOB thing, I do not have any apologies for the way I feel about it. I know that I believe we can do this. There are criminals in the southeast. There are criminals that are working with the criminals in Nigeria that brought Nigeria to where it is. That's just my position. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Tone, can I respond to you a little bit? Yeah, regarding Dr. Akunyele, that was killed. I don't know who killed him, but there's something I would like you to know. Yeah, when you say IPOB, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been kidnapped, there has been factions. So I'm here responding to the Biafra government in exile. Since Biafra government in exile has been in existence, and that's when Biafra Defense Force was formed and equipped. Those are the ones I'm responding. Biafra government in exile is not the same as IPOB. I just want to make that clear. Biafra government in exile is a government that has an army, military. And the army, yes, they kill people that came to our land to kill, and they've not denied it. If you remember, if you have been following His Excellency, you will see that he posts their body until after a time people they kill. Biafra Defense Force has never denied. Just like in the midst of every other thing, definitely there will be some criminals who will cash on what is going on and commit crime. Then my question to you is this.
Sorry, if I may.
No, can I finish?
No, Tom, please don't do that. Let her finish, please.
Can I finish, please? You are just too angry. Don't be angry. You have the right not to agree. Then my question to you is this. Who are the people killing the Benue State people, Kaduna, Zamfara, Kebbi? Who are killing them? Are they Biafra Defense Force? No. So in the midst of your analysis, it will help you if you can, like I say it again, don't be angry. Calm down. Look at things generally. You'll be able to know that contraption will never benefit you and I. If you are honest, the point where we are now is very bad, very bad. Even if you don't believe in Biafra, believe in disintegration of that contraption. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the floor is open. I will start with Forefather. Forefather, the floor is open to everyone, and you can interject.
I'm sorry, I've not spoken. You took me down before.
Aaron, you've not spoken yet. You were driving. I took you out. You were driving when I took you out. So, and when you were backstage, you were not there. I clearly saw you that you were not there. Your camera was on, but there was nobody behind the camera.
You brought me in before, and I was seeing myself on the television. And you took me back out. I was seeing myself.
You have 3 minutes to speak, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I joined because of 2 reasons: because of tone, and because of forefathers. And I'm going to say this because everybody who is agitating for freedom has their reasons why they want out of Nigeria. And I'm going to ask Tone this because I've always been listening to forefathers. I've listened to Tone. I've never seen them actually contribute to say this is the solution. This is what we can do. And I'm going to ask a direct question. I've listened to Commodore Kunle Olawumi. And I believe
Hold on 1 second, please. Please, for those of you who are backstage, if you're not coming in and not turning your camera on, please don't sit and occupy the backspace because you're preventing people from joining, please. I would greatly appreciate that, please. If you're listening to me, I've kicked two of you out. You keep coming back and not turning on your camera. So please don't do that again. I will appreciate it. You're blocking space for those who wants to join, genuinely wants to join. Thank you. Aaron, my apologies. The floor is yours.
So, Tone, and the forefathers, these questions are for both of you, especially Tone. Now, you are criticizing people, you are laying accusation without evidence, without facts, but I want to ask you this. Commodore Kunle Olawumi has appeared on Channels TV on 2 occasions. I think the last time he appeared was last week here. The first time he appeared, he explained details. I watched that video more than 10 times. He was categorical in his statements. He gave facts. And you, I believe, Tone, you are a retired military officer. I believe he retired as a captain. So you know, you must have read the biography of Commodore Kunle Olawumi, who spent 35 years in military intelligence, DIA, NIA, worked with DSS and all of that. You know what he has achieved. You know everything about. You must know. You are supposed to know more about him more than me. He explained in details what is going on. The only thing he stopped in doing was to give us the names of the people who are sponsoring the Islamization of Nigeria. But I remember Chamberlain asked him directly a pinpoint question like, what is the end game? Because that was the most important thing. Why are they doing this? Why do we have Ansaru? Why do we have Islamic State? Why do we have Boko Haram? What is the agenda? Why do we have Fulani herdsmen? And he said, he was categorical. He said it's all geared towards one thing. Islamization. He said there are people in high places in Nigeria who are, as at that time it was Buhari's regime, who are governors now, who are senators, who are in the executive, that they have looked at what happened in Afghanistan, that they have looked at what happened, and they are thinking like, they are like, why can't we replicate what happened in this country in Nigeria? And they are doing it. And he explained it, the reason, the purpose. That aside, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, there was a debate in the National Assembly, where they were trying to propagate expansion of Sharia in Nigerian constitution. They are not going to stop. It's going to continue. But they put it down a little. This Commodore Kunle Olawumi was invited again to Channels, and he said something again. He said that they asked him, what is the solution to this problem? That what you said last time is happening again. I'm talking about Channels. He said, what you said last time is happening again. What is the solution to this? How can we stop it? Commodore Kunle Olawumi, I want everybody who is watching to go and look for that video and watch it. He said, unfortunately, that he's sorry that at this stage he has gotten to the point where he thinks the only solution, he would have thought of regional system, but for now, his solution, the only solution he can see is breakup of Nigeria.
Start prayers outside, yeah?
Who is interrupting me? Somebody is talking. I don't understand.
Yeah, sorry, I've muted the person. Apology.
Yeah. So I want everybody who is on this platform, because I believe in facts, go and look for it's on Channels. Commodore Kunle Olawumi. Google it. His last interview on Channels, I think it was last week or last 2 weeks. He said he's sorry that at this point he has gotten to the point that this thing is not going to stop. He said they are not going to stop. That it may just take time. It may take 10 years. It may take another 10 years or 15 years, but they are not going to stop until they Islamize Nigeria. That those people that you see in the House of Assembly that were raising that bill, trying to move that motion, that they are working for key people. And he now said something significant. He said Jay's Bank, and he mentioned one other bank. He said we should go and research and know who are the directors, who are the owners. Those are the people. He pointed it out. But Tone here, I have not seen you talk about how do you stop that Islamic agenda.
You have 30 seconds, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Tone and forefathers, I'm interested. Let's forget about Samuel. Let's assume Samuel wasn't on in the room at all. He wasn't there. I'm interested. I want to know. You have military experience. How do you intend to stop this Islamization agenda? Another terrorist group has just started again. Tell me how you intend to stop it. Forefathers, I want you to tell us how you intend to stop it. I want to follow you. Thank you.
Okay. Before any of you answer that question, please. And again, I'm going to repeat for the last time for the emphasis. If you come in to join, please have your camera on the backstage for privacy purposes. You don't sit in the backstage and have your camera on. Off and expect to be left there. That ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna repeat myself again. Please, let's just follow simple rule, please. Thank you. Forefather, your name has been mentioned a lot. You are more like someone Ekpa right now. So, like I said, the floor is open, but Forefather, you speak first, and we go to the next. The next person. Thank you for
Tone is the main person I want to answer that question.
No. Listen, Aaron, I'm moderating, please.
I asked a question. I asked a question. Don't I have rights?
I know you asked a question. I know you asked a question.
Let electricity moderate, please. Yeah.
They will answer your question if it comes to their turn. Is that okay with you? Thank you, Forefather. The floor is yours.
Yeah, the idea that breaking up the country is going to be a solution. I don't know whether you've had the time to look at Cameroon, Niger Republic, Benin Republic, Togo, and all the rest. I don't know. They don't have Jagaban there. They don't have all these people. As a matter of fact, Cameroon is not 90-something years. He is and he's still running for office. Togo, only one family is running it. Is it by coincidence that 40-something African countries are sharing the same similar fate? We are not. We are just operating at such a low level, and this is so shameful. Personally, I feel ashamed because I feel like maybe if I was an Igbo man, someday soon I will put us out of our misery. You think we control this land that we are fighting for? Most of your resources end up in the land of some other people. Why do you think your people cannot manufacture anything? Why do you think you have land and we are still importing food? Men that have been separate before, and that's how we did it. We fought each other, they took everything away from us. Enslaved us, colonized. We still don't learn. We carry on still listening to false prophets.
I asked a direct question. Answer the question, please.
Let me tell you, if you want to really stop Islamization, first, you stop Christianization and open your people's eyes in the north to what foreigners are doing to them. Right now in Sudan, they are killing black people that are Muslims. Why? Because they are not Arabs. Our people, man, God help us. God help us, who could save us. We are fighting for foreigners' religion. And that's why I chose that name, because we have completely forgotten who we are. You are fighting for Christianity. Is it your father's religion? Is it your forefather's religion? Did you know what they did to you? Do you bother to ask? You are asking me. If you can open your own eyes, maybe you can open your own eyes. If I want to talk to a northerner today, I will tell him, you are fighting for this religion. Do you see what they are doing to your people? They will come here. Tomorrow, if you are not Arab, they will take you too. They've taken North Africa already. They are coming south. They push Islam first. The next phase is Arabization. Why do you think they hate Iran? Why do you think they don't like Turkey? Because those ones they refuse to be Arabized. But our people don't know these things. We just follow. We don't ask critical questions. All you have to do is ask yourself what your forefathers would do that are buried in the ground. Ask yourself that. Maybe you start having common sense again. Don't listen to me. Ask yourself what your forefathers would do in this situation. The people you are following, the people your leaders are following.
So it's obvious you don't have a solution, and therefore never you criticize anybody.
I've already told you. If you didn't listen to what I told you just now, if you want to open your eyes, the northern people's eyes, that they should not be following Islam, open their eyes to the fact that Islam is killing them. And if you become their own enemy, who do you think they're going to run to? They're going to run to Islam.
Who told you the northern people are not comfortable with Sharia?
You see, nobody wants to die. If they see black people getting killed because they are not Arabs, if you open their eyes to that one, have you bothered to try that? If you're not busy hating buying the agenda that other people created for you. Maybe you wake your own brothers. You know you have been with them for thousands of years here. Those that not culture that came from there. He went on to Igbo-Ukwu. From there, he went to Ife. We have been here. We have been here for thousands of years. Now you forgot to because you are Muslims. You want to fight your own.
Electricity. If you were to be me, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this clearly. If you were to be me, be sincere to yourself. Between Komoda Kunle Olawumi, Obadiah Melaifa, T.Y. Danjuma, who will you listen to? You yourself or them?
You see.
Are you asking me a question? Or
No. I'm asking. No, not electricity. Forefathers. If you were to be in my position, if you were to be in my position, right? People that have this sensitive position.
Lady and gentlemen and a lady. The floor is open to everybody, not just to two people, please. So if you want to interject.
Can I say something?
About, please. Thank you.
It will not be orderly now. Coordinate it. It will not be orderly if everybody is
Listen, I'm coordinating it. So
Forefathers, I just asked
let me answer your question.
Yeah, it's the last question. The last question I'm asking is, if you are to be in my position, right, in this situation, somebody as learned that has served Nigeria in 35 years in military intelligence, he knows all of this situation, he has analyzed it. Who will you listen to? That is telling you that the only solution is breakup of Nigeria. That it may take them 10 years, 15 years. That they will not stop until they do it. That it may not be, we may die, but they will do it in our children's time. And I read history. I see Turkey, what happened in Turkey. I know what happened in Lebanon. So if you were to be in my position, will I be happy you are talking about to keep my way of life, to allow my way of life to end in my generation? Will you listen to people like you and told, or you listen to people who knows what they are talking about?
I will tell you not to listen to people.
My brother, let me support your point.
You don't listen to people that got us into this mess that we are in, because their eyes not open. All those people that we think that they are the people that founding fathers when they collaborated with the British to create Nigeria that we have today, that we are suffering from. Don't listen to them.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, electricity.
One last thing before I keep quiet. Do you know the threats we face around the world is in the level of billions of people? 1.4 billion in China, 1.4 billion in India, 1.something billion NATO powers in the world. The only great race in this world that is not organized is the black race. I can assure you, whatever you're fighting for, you're not going to keep it. You will lose it. Because if I was them, I will put you out of your misery quickly. Because we keep joking with our lives. And this is what annoys me. People say I hate Salman Ekpa. I don't hate him. The only reason why I don't care about politics. I don't care about the economy. All I care about is our survival. If you want to get Biafra, get in a way that we will be surviving. Are you going to build nuclear weapons? Are you going to be able to challenge the world?
Forefathers, what are you then doing? What are you then doing?
Can I respond to forefathers?
You want to become smaller and smaller and smaller. What is that going to save you? It's not going to save us.
Look at what are you doing then?
Forefathers. Yeah, forefathers, just like don't be offended again, just like the way you are you bear your name. Initially, when you started, I thought you were going somewhere. But all of a sudden, it's like you want us to go back to the cave. Because what I'm trying to say is that you know about other people that had issues. Then when they got their countries, things start working for them. Do you know any country like that? What I'm saying, why are you just looking at it like it cannot work, anything? I'm just saying, like I said, it doesn't have to be Biafra country. I mean that the way the contraption is now, is that good for you? Think it will work?
Because it never worked for all the countries around us. The forces that we are up against is far greater than what we are made to believe we are fighting. We are fighting only Islam. The forces we are fighting is a lot greater, and we need all our numbers and all our brains and all our resources to put together to survive it. Because I can tell you, they will take everything. These are continent killers. They don't kill nations. They kill continents.
Tunanja, hold on.
And
Tunanja,
how can we not see this?
Pastor, can I talk? I've been waiting.
My
now.
brother,
Okay.
please,
Let's
can I
do it
just
this
say
way.
one
All right.
something quickly?
Forefather. Yeah, go
Please,
ahead.
I'm in the office. Let me go back to my work.
Forefather.
Yeah, hold on.
Electricity, give me 2
Forefather,
minutes,
you are not
please.
listening.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are not listening, Forefather. Forefather, you are not listening. That's the problem. You are not listening.
Ovie talk. Forefather is
If you
not talking.
listen,
Ovie talk. Forefather is not talking.
yeah. So, because if you are listening, if I were you, that name that guy put forward, that Commodore, I will go to work and research about him. That is the same man that sat on that same channel about 2-3 years ago under Buhari that tell the nation that they have to beg the CIA and FBI that they can trust Buhari to lead. In other words, those are the people that determine what happens. That's one thing I want you to go and do research on and why that is happening. Two, the North that you are seeing today, you are talking about the North culture and all that, is an institute because they are conquered people. The whole North is a conquered territory. That is how the North used to be. So the people who conquered that territory, they've not stopped. They are coming down. That's exactly what they are trying to tell you. You get carried away with the word Islamization, Christianization. No. Now human being, they be Christian, now they be Muslim. Forget about the label. Follow the history, what has been happening. The whole North is a conquered territory. Let that sink in. So if they take them almost less than 100 years to conquer the North, how many more years would they take to conquer the whole territory?
Sorry,
now,
Ovie,
you might say that might not happen.
Hold on 1 second. Ovie, sorry for interrupting. Forefather, I left a message for you. Can you read it, please? Thank you.
How can you do such a thing? I will let them talk. You know that if you do
No.
this.
You have to let them talk. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay. I will do that.
I will come back. Just continue. I'll come back. Okay, the floor is yours.
Yeah. So you don't have to believe it because it's not going to happen in your lifetime. But it is not about we that are alive now. It is about the next 100 years, the next 200 years. Some people are scared that in the next 200 years, they will be gone. And this is not something that everybody's father is happening, even right before our own eye. Now, when they say they will take over, if you want to go with the label Islamically, it's not that they will come and mock your doesn't want to Muslim. No. When the infrastructure that holds the country together is controlled by one ideology, then it's gone. The country is gone. And the prediction that is happening before the year 2030 is going to happen. Politically speaking, a group of ideology will dominate the political landscape of that country. And guess what? It's not just Nigeria, it's the whole West Africa. So if you are not listening, you know go get all this. Yes, kata they happen for everywhere in the world. There's a reason why they are happening. There's a reason why the whole continent is in disarray. It's not because we are stupid. No, we are not stupid. Something is happening. There are so many traitors among us. So the fact that nothing is working says a lot. And in a country, a president has just one job: control your territory. If you have a fifth colony operating in any part of a country, two things is happening. Is either the governor of the day is in support of that, or the government of the day is incapable of governing its own territory.
See,
now it depends on you to actually know what which one in Nigeria is about.
You know what is going on. You know a bit about geopolitics, so you should know the forces that we are up against. And sometimes you start descending
the
to this.
Hold on to
the forces we are up against is not the internal listing.
You are looking at the forces from one side, which is the Western world, and that is a fact.
No, not only. Because so when the people locally are going in the wrong direction, you have to tell them, no, go the right direction because you have a bigger trouble to worry about.
The ideology that conquered the North is not local, it's foreign.
And that's what you think we are not conquered too in the South?
Exactly the point. So if together we are acting stupidly in order to get freedom, what is the point? Some people have to stand up and say enough is enough. That's what is happening.
Enough is enough to go where?
I just said something.
If you dig a hole and cover it, you are not
Tunanja, please,
Naija, please
Forefathers.
listen. Just listen.
Okay,
If they
I'm
follow,
back. Okay.
let me round up. Let me round up
Your time
with this.
is up. If you're
If they
speaking,
fifth
hold on
colony,
1 second, please.
if
Others
a
are
fifth
not
colony is
spoken.
operating in any part of the state,
Javier, your time is up. Thank you. Listen, here it is. Samuel Ekpa has come. We have a lady here who is in exile. What do you call it again? Biafra in exile, or how did I write it again? So, all this you both said the entire person. Biafra in exile, part of Biafra in exile. But what is the way forward for us? Is it that it's Biafra to fix, or is it we all put hands together to make Nigeria work? I know this question is going to send some people and say, because we can sit there here and argue from now to what is the way forward? That is what's what we need to be talking about now. Samuel Ekpa is living in Finland, with due respect to him, and he won't go to Nigeria. Let's be honest. People are dying in the southeast there due to the sit at home, whether he orchestrated it or not. And the country is bleeding, and people are. So, what is the way forward? That is now. Let's leave this Biafra thing. It's 4 hours was done earlier. We are going to 2 hours now. If Biafra is the way forward, let's have one voice if possible. If Biafra is not the way forward, then, because to be honest, we all wanted the same thing. We want a functional government. Let's be honest with ourselves. That is what we want. So, I'm going to start with the Jagun that just came in. What is the way forward? You got 2 minutes, please. 3 minutes, please.
Hey, my brother now.
Hey, Samuel, sorry, you've been here for long. I've been unfair to you. I'll come to you, Samuel. No, Jagun, hold on 1 second. Samuel, the floor is yours. Thank you. I forgot about
Brother, we still there.
Yeah, I know. Let me start with Samuel. Samuel, I'll be very patient.
By the way, I want to say thank you, sir, for professionally hosting. And I have to. I love the question you asked about.
When you praise me like this, you make me blush. When you praise me like me, you make me blush, please.
I love the question you asked about the way forward, because it's where my mind already is, and I'm so excited you asked that question. I celebrate the lady with us who represents the government. A lot have been said. Somebody is not muted. Yes, interjecting so bad. A lot has been said so far. On politics, I see you. We did the same state. We never see your sin. So now God go help me and you. A lot have been said so far, and I want to start not speaking to personalities but ideology here. But when I speak, the people who represented that we understand. So there was a question about the military background of Simon Ekpa, and I had to Google. When the other gentleman talked about a particular guy who went to Channel, I had to Google. Now, the world we live in today should help us sound intelligently, because we have a lot of people listening to us. Because what the people all over the world listening to us will be saying is, why can't they just Google to find what they're looking? Why are they arguing blindly? I Googled and I found out that according to Wikipedia, Simon Ekpa land Finnish, became a citizen, and did military service in the Finnish military at the Hem Regiment in Hanala in 2013, as well as a reservist in the Finnish army. Ekpa also joined the Finnish politics in 2012 and has been active since then. I mean, whoever is in Wikipedia should probably update the information there that says he is self-acclaimed prime minister. If he's claiming that he was voted, Wikipedia didn't acknowledge that. So, my sister, I'm throwing you an idea, So that information.
I will answer you. I'm not cutting you. I'll answer you.
No. Hold on. I will come to. Let me finish quickly. But that information is. There are some information in Wikipedia that you guys can look into. That's just an idea. Having said that, what I want to say finally is the fact that the way forward, Biafra could be it, and I maintain that it's not a taboo. if in this world, other nations that were not in existence later existed, Biafra is not a taboo, it's not an impossibility. It might just be what we need, because sadly, Nigeria is just not helping Africa. If we are talking about a general African concept, it's because Nigeria is not taking her place. If we're talking about powers all over the world that are influencing us, it's because the so-called giant of Africa is not taking her place. However, as we argue that there are people holding us down, we can also argue that there are some other African nations that are rising up by whatever means. I mean, Biafra are even trying to rise up by diplomatic sensible means. Other nations are rising up by more brutal means to free themselves from the power that is exerting over them. We know it. I don't want to make mention, but we are all here and we know what is going on. But Biafra, because that's who Nigerians are, Igbo people, the southeast, south of that geographical location, are really not people that are given to blood, not people that are given to fight and violence. We want to do this thing, peacefully. And finally, my sister, this is also coming to you. What I want to say to you guys is, until we see that a slot is given in the United Nations Assembly, or whether Simon Ekpa or whoever high-profile representative should come and make a speech in the UN Assembly, until we see that the 100 and something nations in the world have also taken a referendum and greater percentage is in support of Biafra, we can be making regional and local progress, but we are not quite making global progress. So I'm talking to you, my sister. You guys should include using the lobbies, whatever lobbies you guys have, get at least a slot in the UN General Assembly. Somebody should speak it out there. Let it go a little bit global as against regional and local that it is right now.
Simon. Thank you. Madam, do you want to weigh in before I go to Jago?
Just 1 second. First of all, I want to correct an impression. Mr. Samuel Namdi said, I am not representing the government. I introduce myself, for transparency's sake, you know what I mean? So that you will know where I stand. And saying what, for you calling His Excellency self-acclaimed Prime Minister is not a fact. I know because
Wikipedia, not me. I reference Wikipedia.
Okay, all right. That's not so, but like again, it goes back to what I said about about people knowing the way the agitation process go, how he comes to answer that title he has. It was voted, and the most important thing is that that's the way he's been addressed by the U.S. lobbyists. And the recommendation you made about the UN and all that, I'm not part of the lobbyists. Believe you me, if that's not in the process what they have, I will make that recommendation. Thank you so much. Then there's something you said before when His Excellency was here. You repeated it again after he had gone about him inviting our leader to Finland. Despite the explanation that he gave you the second time around, you still kind of not settled with his reason. Maybe if I say this might help you a little bit. You know that Simon Ekpa is wanted by the whole world. I mean, I'm not saying the whole world. You know what I'm trying to say, yeah? Especially the Arab states. Nigeria will be delayed. And you know how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped because he went to Kenya. Had it been that he was in Britain, he wouldn't have been kidnapped. Somebody will not eat the bone you put on their neck, as an adage says. You understand, right? So, Simon, as it is, the only country that we trust that will protect him is Finland. Okay? When you look at it from that point, you understand. And he explained to you, whatever by saying that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should come to Finland. One is for Mazen Simon's protection. Secondly, too, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be more protected. If British were not part of the plan, even if they are not in the plan, if they don't support what is happening to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today, he would have been out. You know what I'm trying to say? So look at it from that point and don't feel that he's being disrespectful. he's not being disrespectful. Thank you for
thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. What you just said now,
Oh,
Pastor, one 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
okay.
What you just said now, ma, has brought clarity that is much needed. And please, I would not like to be misquoted. If you go to Wikipedia, it is said that in 2022, while in Finland, he declared activation of Biafran government in exile. And in
Okay, someone is 30
2023,
seconds.
hold
Your
on, sir,
30
hold on,
seconds
sir,
is
hold
up.
on, sir.
No,
2023,
no,
he
no, no,
declared himself.
Jago, the floor
Sir,
is yours.
let me land now,
No,
please,
no,
now,
no,
please.
no.
You know
You
you
are
heard
going
me
to
for
be 5
long.
minutes.
You heard me for long. Let me land on this one.
Please,
Let
I'm
me land
begging
on
you.
this
Me,
one.
I'm begging you too. I'll come back to you. Jago, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Please, I've been here for too long. I need to go back to work.
I thought it was supposed to be free flowing now.
Thank you very much. But Fafana, you don't want to let me moderate because the free flow is not working. So Jago, the floor is yours.
Okay.
Mm.
Good evening to everybody. My first time on this show. I greet everybody. I greet the madam, our sister among us, very well. I would like to say that although myself and electricity seem to have a massive problem between us, that is not what I'm not going to touch on that at all. I want to be very cordial and I want to have my say, very simply. Nothing protracted. On the question of Simon Ekpa and the whole Biafra
Sorry,
scenario.
which mic? Please, can you please mute yourself, please? Jago, you have 3 minutes, please. The floor is yours.
Okay. I want to speak about Simon Ekpa and the whole Biafra position, as I understand it. For the person who last commented, I rather liked your view, and I think it was a balanced point. Whether I agree or not, it could be heard clearly, and I respect your view. Forefather and Tone. I've been listening in the background, and I found everything very interesting. Forefather and Tone, I rather lean to your positions on this matter. However balanced or vociferous we may want to make our point. And righteous man, I think you nitpick as opposed to listening to what people who are opposed to your position have to say. So I'd ask everybody to listen carefully if you may. In Nigeria, the Igbo, the Yoruba, the Hausa, these three people groups are they are the highest in terms of population in the whole of Africa. There's no other tribe or ethnicity that is as large as us. Yet we find ourselves in the same country. Now, for me personally, I take that as a serious responsibility that God himself has laid in our hands. I would like to take this from a different point of view. The Biafra agitation, I dislike it immensely. Not because you have something to say or indeed a position that you want to fight for. That to me is rather open and clear. I understand it. It is similar to any other persons who are feeling oppressed anywhere in the world. So for that, I like it. For the name and the brand, I dislike it immensely because it doesn't belong to us. It's a borrowed name. Also, Biafra does not have clarity in my eyes in terms of what geographical space are you talking about? And do all people who are called by Igbos Biafrans, do you think that they agree with the Igbo concept of Biafra? Because I can break down to you too many areas, too many people who are your neighbors, supposedly Biafrans, that denounce everything Biafra. They denounce it. They don't want any part of it. So I want to know, where is the geography of this your place that you have presidency over? Laughable. For me, it's laughable. You're calling a man, Simon Ekpa, my president. I be my majesty. I don't know. Then you have no actual geographical zone to which that you have a president or a prime minister, whatever. You have no geography. I'm coming. I would also like to say to you guys that where the people in Nigeria are concerned, every one of us, I have a lot of goodwill about Nigeria and all of its peoples, all of us. And I'm seeing ways, especially through these conversations that we have here on Have Your Say on a regular basis. And researching Nigeria differently on my own. I'm seeing too many ways that we can take this government and put the whole thing in our hand. I'm seeing too many ways. Many of us aren't really paying a lot of attention. We just like to come here and pontificate. It's okay if that's good for you. But I'm putting to every one of us around the table here. I hope you've heard what I've said. I'm about to jump off. We have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to each other as Nigerians. We have a responsibility to the Black world at large. And Biafra, for me, in what is agitating for, is a detraction from that responsibility that we all have. So, having said everything I've just put down to you guys, I would like to look at what Forefather was saying earlier. And although he was becoming quite emotional about what he was saying.
You have 30 seconds, please.
Very good. Although he was becoming rather emotional, what he was saying was real. The smaller we break ourselves down, the weaker we become in a world that hates the hell out of us. So I think every one of us, Biafra or no, you guys have to wake up because you are sleeping. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. You don't have to jump off at
What I mean is just to stop I've given my
okay.
My thoughts.
Okay. Listening to you, I will assume, I'm using the word assume, if I'm wrong, you correct me. You're not a Nigerian, are you?
I'm a full Nigerian, full-blooded Yoruba man.
Oh, you're Yoruba.
Me and you can make love, and we were born a Niger child, fully, Omo. That's how Nigerian I am.
It's good to know. It's good to know, and it's good I asked you that question. Then I'm just going to, if you're a Nigerian and you say the things you say about Biafra not having a geographical and all that, I can understand where you're coming from. If you are truthful to yourself, you know that the current United States of Biafra has a map. There is a map.
Which is where? What is that map? Tell me.
Okay.
If you go,
hold on one second, madam. Sorry, hold on 1 second. This is very interesting. If you don't mind, please, we are now doing History 101. Could you kindly give us the geographical location from point A to point B? Because Samuel, my major concern here is, I've not intervened, I've not spoken, I don't have a say here. I've received a lot of praises tonight, so I'm still blushing. I'm no longer a dictator.
I can balance that for you if you wish.
Could you please educate us? Because I'm really, this is very important to me.
Okay.
The geographical location, the 40 states that made up this Biafra, because we have to be transparent as much as we can. So if you can, please tell us where they peg the how do you call it when you are building a house? Where they peg the beginning of Biafra and where it the states that submitted whatever it is for the drafting of the constitution or making of. Please help us to understand this, because to be honest, that does not sit well with me. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. For me to start, you want me to start saying from this stone to point. Seeing the map will tell you who is there. But let me just say two things. Lower Kogi is part of it. Lower Benue is part of it. Unfortunately, if I knew this was going to be asked, I would have downloaded the map and post it here on the chat section.
How long will it take you to do that, to post it, to put it on the chat section? Okay. Can you do that for us, please, so that I can highlight it, please?
Okay.
It takes about 5 seconds to download, please. So
Yeah,
we need this information.
okay. Okay. Can I get out and see if
Yeah,
I?
oh, yeah. No, you can stay there. You don't have to get out. You can stay there. I will just mute you, and we'll wait for this information. It's going to help us because I am personally curious. I want to know. Okay. Okay.
Electricity jumped on that one. He won't let it go now.
No, it is interesting. It is because
electricity. You have to be in the spirit to see it, according to Simon Ekpa.
So honestly, anyway, who is next? Until we have her back, until we have Dr. Aggie back. So righteous man.
It's me, it's righteous man. Yes.
Right, righteous man. I want to be biased now. Righteous man has praised me today. So righteous man, the floor is yours.
No, I've never condemned you anytime. Yeah. So you see, the truth is this. If we want to face the real fact, we know that the Nigerian people, what makes up the Nigerian people today, or the geographical area called Nigeria, do not agree with one another in diverse ways. We are not compatible religiously, traditionally, and otherwise. And can it be fixed? Yes, it can be fixed. Can it be amended? Yes, it can be amended. How? If there is a platform that will bring everybody together and then begin to sort out our differences and say, henceforth, this is the way we are to go, then these problems will be solved. Now, imagine in this 21st century, I am using a torchlight here to be part of this program with immense wealth that this country possesses. And you are telling me that my children will be happy to live the rest of their life in such environment because they want to maintain one nation. And then the question I keep asking, if Nigeria is working, or you have a solution of making Nigeria work, why don't you return here and join us? And let's begin to champion it. Why must you leave the Nigerian state and reside abroad and live a comfortable life and work and earn a good living? And then over there, you are chanting that those who are saying things are not working. And since the people who governs the state called Nigeria are not interested in making things work, then to attempt, oh Israel, why giving them names? For me, if the Biafra will be the solution for an Igbo man, let it end with the 5 states. I'm okay. Okay? It does not need to include any other geographical location. After all, I was in Lisbon. Lisbon was 1.8 million people. Was it 1.8 million or 1.3 million people? I was in Gambia about 15 years ago. Gambia was about 1.2 million or 1.3. So what are you talking about? When you are talking of land space, is this Switzerland or Sweden? Are they not landlocked? Is Lisbon not landlocked? But the people are living comfortably well.
Righteous man, forgive me for interjecting you. I love these comments. That's what I mean. I think if the Igbos are really serious about this Biafra thing, they should first tell all those representing them in government quit being that government. Go ahead, righteous man. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So if you ask me, say, righteous man, what is your mind? I will tell you, I love one Nigeria. But if one Nigeria is not working, I can't die because I love one Nigeria. Any marriage that is not working, either the man finds his way or the woman finds his way. If you say because of religion, two of you must remain together, then one person will be kicked out, one way or the other. We're not enjoying this country. That is not in terms. Is it security? Is it education? Is it what? What is working? At my age, I have gone out, I have labored, I came back to Nigeria to invest. I am rendered as if I have not touched money before. What are you telling me? What are you talking about? And some group of people sat on top of the treasure of this country, looting it. And the people who are supposed to fight are in abroad. And we that are here, you people will say Nigerian people are not yet ready to change Nigeria. When they are ready, they will do something. But we are Nigerians. Come back and start doing something. Let us follow you.
Don't bring light to
Thank you.
Righteous Man.
Thank you, Righteous Man. Dr. Agi, I can see you. You said I should let you in. I can see you in the background, but you're kind of frozen. So I'm gonna kick you out and try to coming back again. You are the backstage, but I'm gonna kick you out. Then just click on the link and come back because I think something is wrong with or not doing well with your system. Sorry about that. Just come back in again. That should work for you. Jaguar, I keep meeting you. Please don't unmute yourself again. Thank you very much. Who have not spoken? Chimoze, the floor is yours. Hold on one second. Someone, I'll come to you. Chimoze, the floor is yours. Then, Forefather, are you ready to moderate now, or you still don't want to moderate?
No, I can moderate. I'm a very gentleman, you know. I'm very, very likable. You know,
Dr. Damage. Dr. Damage. I want to.
Forefather is moderating. Yeah, gentlemen. Forefather is moderating.
I want to ask Dr. Damage a question. Dr. Damage, I want to ask you a question.
Sorry, I'm not Dr. Damages. Go ahead.
But I can ask you the question, right?
Yeah. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. Go ahead.
Have you ever interviewed Mazen Nanikano for the first time?
I'm not Dr. Damages.
Okay. Let me save the question. Now, for the question you asked about,
I'm not the one that.
Sorry, I understand. Then the question, I will not going to ask the question again, but I want to say something. From what you asked about where Biafra map started, the only thing I know, Biafra map started from any woman who tied 2 pieces of wrapper is a Biafran. That is where the map started. Any woman who tied 2 pieces of wrapper, that woman is a Biafran because he observed 4 market days. That is not true identity for you to know where Biafra start. If you see any woman who tie 2 pieces of wrapper and who observe 4 market days, that is where the map of Biafra started. And in the 40 state of Biafra, we are not going to start counting like Anambra, Awka, and the rest. The time of that will come. That is after Finland Convention, when we have the power to unveil everything out. Then you will see the map of Biafra, and those are on it. So if you know that your mother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafran. You also know that you are observing 4 market days, you are a Biafran, no matter how we do it. Before Nigeria, who are we? Is my question. I'm asking forefather, before Nigeria, who are we? That is number 1 question. The number 2, when Britain colonized Nigeria, did they say after some years that we have to come to round table and ask whether this country, is it going to move on or is it going to go back? If they said, have we done that? The number 3 question as my last is this. Forefather, I want in nearby country here, people, Burkina Faso, they ask their colonial masters to go, which is France. Forefather, can you lead us to ask Britain to leave Nigeria? I will join you in that campaign. Can you? I asked 3 questions that I need an answer from forefather.
You know, that last one, you're trying to get me killed. It's okay, but it's all right. I know you mean well for the country. But I think it's quite serious.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm handing over to
Okay,
you. But
fine.
before I go, Dr. Agi is here. She wants to, I believe, she wants to provide us with information. You are muted, Dr. Agi. You're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, I posted the map on the chat session before, but if you didn't see it, can someone, since we go by Google,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can someone Google Biafra self-referendum in Wikipedia? You see the map.
Biafra self-referendum.
Yeah, the map will be with it, but I had already I thought I posted it in the chat
No, it's
session
okay.
before I came
It's
back.
okay. Biafra self-referendum.
Yes.
So I'm looking at it. It's giving me Wikipedia.
In the Google, the map will come up. Yeah, Biafra
Biafra
self-referendum.
self-referendum map. 1 second, gentlemen and a lady. This we are living in a day of technology. We don't have to grandfather.
Yeah, and if you don't see there is a Matt Simon, this is Excellency's space too. You've been posting it. It's not secret.
Well, I'm not seeing it here. What I'm seeing here is Biafra Ekpa claim 500 million voted for self-referendum. Nigerian Post Biafra Republic.
Biafra self-referendum. You typed it?
Yeah. Biafra foreign region 30 map. That's on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, so I can see that. Those who are on Facebook, please, you can look for it. I'm not on Facebook. Well, we can't find it on Google.
Let's see whether she might be able to identify it from the maps I've got here.
Yeah, Father, are you on Facebook? Can you get?
I'm not. I think it's Google pulls it from Facebook too. So
So
does it
we
look
don't.
anything like this,
Okay, let's
madam?
See the map there.
Which one? This one here.
The one white with a lot of red. That's the current. Where you see the capital is Ebube.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Is it on the right side of the screen? This one?
Yes.
Yeah, the one with
this one. Yes.
This one.
Yeah. Can
Oh
you
my
maximize
God.
it, Professor? Is it possible?
Okay. Let's see if I can get it bigger.
So that we can see it
Thank you so
clearly.
much. That's the one. Thank you.
We need to start asking questions. So, Fofada, you can see your Fofada. Where is your state?
There is no South out there.
South is
So Father, what is South? Please.
Hold on 1 second, Dr. Agi. Fofada, let's be realistic here, Dr. Agi. If this is the map of Biafra states, Biafra, the nation of Biafra, if the map is it, why have we not seen the actualization? Because the crowd here is enough to overthrow Nigeria itself. What are we waiting for?
But that's exactly, remember, I just hope that you guys are asking questions to know, not just like trying to
laugh like the way they are laughing.
Because this map, remember, the Mr. All the politics, right? When I answered the question about what is going to change after the December 2nd declaration, I only addressed the military and what will be happening in Biafra land. Like I used the word tightening up and all that. But all the politics went further to give you detail that there are documents. I don't know whether he's the one, but somebody else went further to tell you that the documents that we need to present to the world, let me use that word, world, to say we are ready. So this map is one of them. But because you are asking as if we're hiding it, we are not hiding it. The same map, another thing I always say, our people, at times we listen, we don't, we hear, but we don't listen. Listening means a different thing. His Excellency took time to explain about this map when he was asked the same question when he was here, and he answered. So now the map is here. Someone is saying, why haven't we gotten? All these are part of the document that will be revealed. Besides that, with Biafra government in exile, there's Biafran money called Ejema. That will be revealed during the Finland Convention. So including this constitution, including other things, is like creating a binder or whatever to submit something that shows that you are ready to be on your own. We have that. And I would suggest any of you in this group that doesn't believe in the Biafra, please kindly you can chat privately and give me your name. Plan to be in Finland. His Excellency might extend invitation to you. That's the only way we learn, instead of just trying going blindly.
You will send me. Finland is 2 hours 52 minutes from where I am, and you said the convention is 2nd of December.
Declaration will be on 2nd, but the activity, the process, because all these things will be voted by representative. So, it's starting on the 29th to 2nd. But 2nd is the day of the declaration.
Okay, so just send me a special invitation. Send me like 3 invitations so that we will come there and see what it's all about. Because, gentlemen, this is the map that is being shown to us. If you identify your state there, consider yourself a Biafran by proxy.
You identify your state
Okay,
there.
forefathers, what are you from? South? Forefathers.
I grew up in the South. Let me.
Where? South is not a place. Are you Ijo? Are you Warri? Are you Akwa Ibom? Where are you?
I grew up in PH, so I know enough about the area.
Okay, in Port Harcourt.
Yes, I know.
Growing up, are you from Port Harcourt?
Very offensive to a lot of people there.
Are you from Port Harcourt? Growing up is different. Are you from Port Harcourt?
There's no point. I don't bring my personal life online.
That's not personal. You are hiding your identity and you are here.
I just told you.
Are you ashamed of where you from, ancestors?
No, I'm not ashamed.
Ancestors, why are you ashamed of where you from? Me, I'm from Anambra. Me, I'm from Old Anambra.
Ancestor doesn't say where you come from.
Ancestor, me, I'm from Anambra.
Sorry, moderators, can you bring up face to face again? We understand the map.
Where are you from? Ancestor.
Hold on. See, let's calm down. Let's see.
Can I just ask the moderators to bring us back face to face so we can see who's talking? I'm happy to see the map. But if you could bring us face to face.
Please, can we take down that map, please? Thank you. I appreciate that.
There are just some points I need to highlight. These people here, they are very, very different people. So that is something we have to be careful about. It's very, very offensive because I grew up in Port Harcourt. I know how people there feel about this type of representation. And but that said, who wants to go ahead?
You called me, right? There's something. No, 1 second, please. There's something I would like to tell forefather. When you speak, just speak for yourself. Because if today the Nigerian government says they want to do referendum, each and every one of us, we only have 1 vote. So when you start saying the people in Port Harcourt, and I'm here knowing the people involved, it doesn't go well with me. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you don't have your facts. But you not supporting, just say me. You don't know what your neighbor believes in. That will make it better. And you are here attacking Biafra. You are not even proud to say where you come from. You say South. And actually, when I asked you where you come from, I wasn't trying to say anything wrong. I wanted to tell you your state. That's all I was asking for.
I know.
Yeah. So, when it comes to the issue of Biafra, believe you me, your wife might be a Biafran while you are still a Nigerian. I can tell you that. For real.
Biafra is
for real. So speak for yourself.
I don't know why we think.
Can I come in? Can I come in, please?
Sorry, Jago. I think you meant to say one of our father's wife may be a Biafra.
Exactly.
Oh, he has too many. I'm sorry, sir.
I'm a traditional African man. You can't.
Okay, some of your wives might be Biafrans. You don't know.
Can I come in, please, gentlemen?
Go ahead.
Who is Thank you very much.
Tone hasn't said anything now.
Wait. Okay, Tone. Go ahead, Tone. I'll go after you.
You see, I find it a joke and ridiculous that someone will come up with some funny scribble and call it map of Biafra without consulting people. Why would you be claiming me when I've not given you permission? You just contradicted yourself, saying that we should speak for ourselves. Have you consulted all these people?
Okay, let me answer you.
Wait,
No. Let him finish, and then when he finishes, I ask the moderator's permission to go straight after Toll.
We don't want to
Please.
be a part of contraption that will murder its own people because they do not agree with the leadership. Chukwuaju, God forbid. God forbid, and when I say God forbid times 7. You guys can go to Finland and do whatever for your sightseeing and go and worship your Simon Ekpa. Count all these people in all these places out. God forbid. See, this is just getting it's just a joke. Nnamdi Kanu is there. Languishing in jail instead of you guys to be thinking critically how to get that man either by hook or crook. Some criminal is calling himself a PM, you calling him excellency, and
you are very stupid by calling PM a crook, a criminal. You are a very stupid man. You carry shut up your mouth.
He didn't say that. That's not what he said. Okay, well done.
And see, try to rein the.
No, he's addressing me. When he's done, I'll respond.
I'm just trying
He's
to.
not only addressing you, madam. He's addressing everything. So when he finishes, I will put my own in. You can address the whole thing.
And again, the other gentleman that referenced the
so calm down. If you want to come back and calm down.
The other man that referenced the commodore that came on Arise and all that, they've forgotten there was a first video when he called for kinetic action. See, listen, I don't want to discuss my time in the military with all due respect and all that. I will not come here and start running my mouth. That's for babies and all that. I start telling you this and that and that and that. Yes, we know Nigeria is messed up. Nigeria is messed up. It's not going to be better in Biafra. Biafra is going to be a more messed up nation that you cannot even express. They will rule. The rulers will rule with brutality. Look at this kind of Chinoso guy and all that. If I'm in the East, he will chop off my head just because I have a dissenting view. He will chop off my head. Is it the kind of a country I want to belong to? Chukwuaju, God forbid. My state, my town will not be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I entertain us now, please?
The lady.
No. I would add.
No. Excuse me, sir. You can't run the platform. Let me respond.
I'm asking. It's not running. Please take your time.
Okay. Can I respond to him before I forget, sir?
Jago, you know how we roll now with the.
Before I forget, sir.
Jago, thank you.
Mr. Tone, I've spoken to you earlier. I think I've given up on you. You come here and be calling somebody name, you're a fellow man, the same thing you did earlier. And you come to say about your military background. You are not the only one who is a military background. You don't know who I am, but that's not what I'm here. You are full of yourself. I'm going to address you the way you address His Excellency. You are full of yourself. Otherwise,
Your Excellency.
Can I finish?
Hold on.
Okay.
Let this thing here.
That's what I call him. If you have problem, excuse me. Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? Okay. What I'm saying is this: when we came here,
Madam, hold on.
Okay.
Let's try to keep it civil, okay?
Okay.
Let's not remember we are still king, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, what I'm saying, you know why? Just like we are all here, we are all human beings. This is the third time I tried to ask him to calm down. We can discuss, but standing here calling a man who has given up his freedom, his own freedom, for what he believes in, and the same thing that some people believe in, calling him names, and again, saying all he's saying, and he claiming that he's been in the military, and I'm standing here to tell him that he needs to be reevaluated. I think there's something there, because somebody that was in military won't act the way he's acting. He's not disciplined at all. So apparently there's something issue he's carrying along, maybe things that has to do with what he saw during the war. He has to go and address it, to come out here and speak. So for him, I'm not going to speak to him again, because I don't think he wants us to have a dialogue. Then for the man that said that he wants to speak, you speak. Thank you, sir. I'm standing by.
Forefather, can I say something I've been holding on?
Bros, I already booked my space.
After Jago,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Madam, I think it rather disingenuous how you handled what Tone had to say. You did not. Tone is an Igbo man. You are telling him that you've nearly given up on him. Okay. He said that him as an individual, he does not believe in these things.
Sir, you jump to conclusion.
Wait, let me finish.
No, I'm not going to let you finish because you're not listening. He's been here 3 times.
Okay,
so I
fair
can't
enough.
sit down here, yes.
Okay, fair enough. But please, madam, with all due respect, allow me to land. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. And then you can deal with it in any way you choose. Please listen. I do not understand what you have replied to in your remembrance of what Tone said. Tone did not call anybody names, or he was referring to Nnamdi Kanu and the thought position that Igbo people, or in fact, any Nigerian person who believes in the rule of law, that he is in that prison.
He called Prime Minister. He
I need to finish.
Prime Minister.
Can I finish? Who is that person? Forefather, I've got things to say, and I don't want to be interrupted.
Chinonso Ndubisi, if you do that again, you end up backstage until everybody finish talking. Until it's your turn, you can come back on. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Now, Tone was clear as far as my ears were concerned. I don't know how you listen to him, apart from with the rhetoric of defense. If you listen to him intellectually, what you would say would be completely different from what you did say. So I go on. Somebody made mention that the people who tie to rapper now then be Biafran. I've never heard something so pathetic in my life, and I can't believe, because I remember Nnamdi Kanu saying that, I can't believe any sensible person with vision can back what Nnamdi Kanu said. Firstly, we Yoruba, we wear 2 rapper, we have names for them. If you look in the comment section, you'll see that we wear 2 rapper. We are not Biafran. Yeah, you can go as far as Ivory Coast. There are the crew people there. They wear 2 rapper. Are they Biafran? I mean, what kind of pathetic, unintelligent point is that? Do you want us? We are not stupid if other people are. People who are listening and looking at you guys, we're listening and we're looking. We are not blinded in the same way you are blinded. Believe me. So anything that you want to make utterances of that are not part of the planet, we will throw it out. That map that you guys show is not a geographical map of Biafra, simply because the people in that local location, including the Igbo, do not believe in secession, do not believe in Biafra. So I put it to all of you again, people that just want to claim, it's ours. Nah, no, it doesn't go like that. It goes with intellect and intelligence, I'm afraid. And if you cannot prove your intellect and intelligence, then you should go to the back of the line. We don't need to hear from you. We have a project called Nigeria, and we want it to be successful. We want it to be successful. So I would land like this. You see, if you come on this platform here, Dr. Damage's platform, you're coming with a rhetoric of disassociation. You are going to have people who can think speaking to you. If you want to go to the church where people don't think and call that church the Church of Biafra, you can go there and have a wonderful time. But here, I'm afraid there's no such thing. No such thing at all. I give you praise and thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, I think it's Samuel.
No,
sir. Forefather, just 1 second.
My battery is dead.
Please.
My battery is dead.
Yeah. The last speaker.
Okay, see, madam, finish. Then Samuel Nnamdi needs to. Samuel, are you going to allow lashes, man? You know, he's in Nigeria.
Please, my battery is dead.
Forefather, we allow him. I will.
You see, nice one. Thank you.
Biko, madam, Biko, can call my battery choreno, Biko.
Go ahead.
Yeah. These two brothers of mine that have spoken, my brother Tone and my friend and brother too, Jegu, I respectfully disagree with you. Number one, my mother is from Ikwere. My mother is a River State indigene. My uncles are there. They are part of this agitation. Ikwere are not. So when you are saying, talk of your own person, talk of your own person, say you, don't say
No,
other people.
no, I'll speak of my
Okay?
knowledge.
So
I'll speak from my knowledge.
Jegu, hold on. Jegu, hold on. My mother is from River State, from Ikwere. My mother. So are you disputing? And my uncles there believe in Biafra. So what are you saying?
I'm saying that there are those who are not in your family that disagree with you in that same location. That's what I'm
Was
saying.
everybody, the referendum that was done in London, was it everybody that voted that Scotland should secede from United Kingdom?
Exactly.
Were there
What
not
took place?
Scottish that
No,
voted against
wait a
it?
minute, my brother. I'm listening. You know what took place in Scotland is a fantastic analogy for those who call themselves Biafrans. What happened there was a close run.
No. What I'm
Wait, let
trying
me
to
land
say,
now.
Jegu, what
I'm
I'm
giving it
trying
to
to say,
you.
Jegu,
Bro,
hold on, Jegu, hold on.
no,
Jegu, hold
one
on,
time,
hold
my
on.
brother. No,
I have no
but this
right,
man, you said
Jegu,
something. Let me answer your question.
Django, let him finish.
Yes, I will.
Let him finish. Django, let him finish. Just let him.
Jegu, hold on. You are enjoying electricity there. I don't have electricity. My battery is 2%. It will go off. Okay? Just give me that opportunity, please. I am referring to Scotland issue to prove to you that everybody must not agree in an agenda. It's not possible. So in my
I agree
family,
with
there are
you.
people who don't believe, who do not believe in Biafra. There are
Correct.
still also people in my family who do not believe in it. Myself, I believe in one Nigeria, if it can work. But where it cannot work, to your tent, O Israel. That's what I said. And so trying to say that people of River State, forefathers saying, I don't know, somebody say people of River State that he knows that place very well. I think it's forefather. Forefather, you grew up there, but that was where I was born. That is the home of my mother. My uncles are there. My father had a house there before the war. After the war, he lost the houses he built there. It was called abandoned property, notwithstanding that he married from that place. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Well,
when we come to the platform to talk, people should talk with evidences and proof.
but
So that's just the correction I want to make.
you know, the issue I was raising is the issue that people have had for a very long time. It's one of the issues that led to Isaac Adakaboro looking to secede from Nigeria. When a people exist in a location and somehow they become as if they are like lackeys for some other person's agenda, you can see that you are going to alienate them and you're going to have problems. And this is what just happened. That map is an affront to a lot of people in Nigeria. Now, I will show you something that maybe our people need to truly understand. We've had this conversation before when Kene was here. You see, these people were just like co-opted into this, and they know full well that these people are not part of it. They know full well they don't speak Igbo. Their language is very different. If a Calabar man speaks, I don't have a clue what he's saying. If an Ijaw man speaks, I don't have a clue what they are saying. And look at the map here.
Forefathers,
Hold on,
can
let
you
me finish.
answer yourself now?
Let me
Can you
finish.
tell us?
Can I
Can
speak?
Don't
Can I
interrupt.
speak?
Yeah, the lady is going to come in next. So the lady is going to come in. Everybody's going to get a chance. I think we're going to make it shorter so everybody gets a chance to get their one in. These people, you see, this Ijoid language here that you see here, they are the ones that wrap themselves around the areas that has just been subsumed completely. And now, look at these people. They are some of the oldest languages in Africa. Look at that. That's them there. And do you see these are the earliest languages in Africa? And then you come down, these are the Volta language. This is the Volta language, is the language family that the Igbo, Yoruba, and Edo, they all belong to. That's it there. So when you subsume them like this, then it's like, come on, it's flying in the face of reason. And that is why you have problems in that region. That's why that region is not stable. Because you keep having these dynamics. Some people that want to take other people's territory. Some people that, instead of you to figure out the way to work with your neighbors, you want to just do this type of stuff. How is that going to help that region? But that said, I'm just going to shut up and let other people start talking. Now, Madam, please go
So
ahead.
can I speak?
Okay.
Madam,
I would
stop.
like to. Okay, it's my turn. I'm gonna address Mr. Jagan. I hope I pronounce your name right. If
Very
not,
well, madam. Very well.
yeah, I apologize if I don't. First of all, here we do respect. From what you claimed, you said you are from Yoruba. You are a Yoruba person, and your last statement were very disrespectful to my person, telling me I should go back. I want to tell you, this doctor you see here is real.
No, please. Can you end your sentence? Wait, sorry. I want you to end your sentence so I understand you very well.
No.
Don't leave gaps.
Can you,
I need to hear you.
I said, can you? No. You don't tell me how to speak. I didn't interrupt you.
I'm only asking because I didn't understand what you said over the last 2 or 3 sentences.
I said, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you didn't complete your sentence for my understanding. That's what I'm saying.
First of all, I said you are identified as Yoruba. And you are so engrossed in issue about Biafra. And I wonder what your interest is. Because
my interest is Nigeria.
No, then if you are interested in Nigeria, go to Nigeria. This is about Biafra. That's one.
No, man. So are you kicking me out of the conversation? Is that what you're doing?
No.
So what are you doing? What's the meaning of that sentence?
Let me finish, because everyone else is in that Biafra map. And Yorubas are they are agitating for the Yoruba nation. I don't make the rule here. I'm saying today that I'm here, having listened to you and the way you come up, please, it will favor you if you go and talk about the Oduduwa nation. Because here, we are talking about Biafra.
Madam, with all due respect.
Can I finish? No, please.
Yes, you can finish. You've just told me not to put words in your mouth and tell you how to talk.
I finish?
And you are now doing...
Can I finish?
You are doing the same. So just mark that.
No, can I finish? Can I finish?
You have your chance to report.
Then you say, so, can I finish? But one thing you should not do, and even if you do, it reflects a lot about who you are. It's not about me. You say something about telling me to go to the back of the whatever platform. That's why I'm telling you that whatever you see here, I studied it and I'm very intelligent. I defend it. So you don't have respect for women, I believe. That's the way you spoke, telling me to go and sit at the back of a church. That's very disrespectful. And
I didn't tell you that, madam.
Don't reply, please. Just leave
let me finish. These things are recorded. People will watch it and watch what you say. Let's be civil and let's be civil and be respectful. And I'm going to repeat it. I don't make the rule here. But as far as I'm here, this platform, you don't belong here. I'm repeating, you don't belong here. So Oduduwa are fighting for
It is not Biafran channel either.
This is not Biafran channel, but the issue being discussed here is Biafra.
Yeah, but people,
madam,
and
let me say,
it doesn't belong here. Any topic.
You don't have
if that's your rule, what I'm saying is this: the way he is speaking this evening and the way he talked to addressed Biafrans, saying a lot of things. This is my first time of being on Dr. Damage, but I've been following him for years. And I came here because His Excellency, whether you want to hear it or not, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was here. And I came here to answer, to fill in the little gap maybe he missed or something. I didn't come here for an argument. I didn't come here to throw stone at anybody. Then my final question is this. What is the purpose of this thing where you guys are here for tonight? Are you here to get clarity? Or do you think being here and doing what you're doing is going to stop the December 2nd? Hell no, it's not going to stop it. No matter what is said here, no matter what you do, December 22nd is still going to happen. So whatever we are saying here, let's address issues. I'm here to address issues. I'm not here to fight anybody. But I cannot stay here and see somebody disrespecting a man who has talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without the Biafra agitation being headed by His Excellency today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issue would have been a different thing. So whatever is happening today is positive to for his release. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Forefather, can I address you very quickly?
No, you can't. Sorry.
Oh, that's a
Samuel,
shame because
okay, don't
earlier
worry.
when
You will get
somebody
your
didn't allow
chance.
you to
You will get your
reply
chance.
after calling
You will get your chance. Samuel,
this lady called my name, I should be able to reply.
no, because the thing about some other person there that's he's been waiting to speak for a long time. If it was you, you wouldn't like it. Samuel Nnamdi, please go ahead.
Jagon, forgive me. Please forgive me. And thank you for being here. I believe everybody should have their opinion, remember, despite where you are coming from. But I believe when this lady came in, she stated some things clearly. She's not Simon Ekpa. She's not representing Simon Ekpa. And she asked us to be cordial, which I believe is a fair request. You know, we can have a conversation without calling names or without unnecessarily getting involved into battles, you know. And I am open-minded towards this thing. The reason I'm open-minded, like I stated before, is this thing is possible. It might look impossible, like many things have looked impossible in the time past until they are done. So I'm open-minded, right? And I'm looking at it from every angle. For many, many years, my father, I remember when my father was alive, we used to say, oh, up NEPA, oh, NEPA. It will shock you that in 2024, people are still using touch. There is no sign of progress. So we can't continue like this. We are all having children and our children are growing to see this craziness. We can't continue like this. Now, having said that, I want to just please say, let's respect this lady and just have a conversation respectfully without calling names or insulting anybody because people are watching us from everywhere. Madam, when I asked the question I asked, and I want to thank you for clarifying, you know, in some details. When I asked the question I asked, I was not attacking Mazi Simon. No, I was giving him an opportunity to come clear and clean because there are so many ideologies and school of thoughts, right? There are many people that we see it as condescending for him to be asking Mazin and the Kanu to come see him. But thanks to how you answered, I wanted you to see from the angle I'm asking. I'm not asking to rubbish the struggle, not at all. And again, I was speaking the other time, I said, you can go to Wikipedia because Wikipedia reported that in 2023, Simon declared himself the leader, title, Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Now watch this, that's not me, that's Wikipedia. And I suggested, you know, for legitimacy purposes, right, that the struggle or the people in charge of the struggle should look into that and make it present more legitimately to people who are listening or reading Wikipedia, because if people read it, they will say he's self-acclaimed prime minister. If you believe it's not self-acclaimed prime minister, the struggle should do something about it. I'm not attacking because I'm open-minded. Here, I'm open-minded that it could be possible. In fact, I want it to be possible because things that look at Naira jumping even in a day can jump 2 times. Things are not working. Things has to work, and I don't care how it works, but I should work.
I'm sorry to say something is going on. It appears the YouTube channel seems to be collapsing. I don't know what is happening.
I'm seeing it myself, so I don't know. I sent you a message.
Village enemies praying and causing trouble for the channel or something. What's going on there?
His forefather. His forefather.
What did I do?
I sent you a message in the private chat. Can you
let me
read
see.
it?
I see what you mean.
Can I say something, Popada?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
No. Sorry, KJ. Sorry, KJ. It wouldn't be fair on the others. I forgot about that. Sorry about that. But if you got to make it 1 minute, then that's fine. But the others want to say something.
I want to make it 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute, less than 1 minute, because I'm outside actually and it's very cold. Now, I want to advise us, and especially as a moderator in this channel. When Simon Ekpa came here, he said something very, very, very important to all of us who are moderating here. And that's why I think we should watch it. This channel is a pro-Nigeria channel. Against hold on, man. Against this, just what he's saying now is what you guys are trying to push. Look, when somebody comes here to put an idea, it mustn't land with the moderator's idea. It must not be what you think. The person is putting out an information, an idea that they are running with. You take it or you leave it. But coming here, insulting him, insulting other people, I don't think you are giving yourself any value. let alone the channel. If you're not ready to discuss civilly, then leave the channel. You start your own, and then you can go there and insult people. But if you, since I've been listening to this, I logged up because it was getting too much. You can't come here and continuously insult people who come. They're the guests of the channel, not your guests. And so if you cannot speak with them respectfully, leave it alone. By insulting Samuel Ekpa, what have you gained? What value have you given the channel or yourself? The man is not going to change his view tomorrow because you're insulting him. If he's going to work, it's not going to be because you are insulted him. If it's not going to work, it's not because you insulted him. Come on, guys. We are bigger than this. Look at the number of people watching this thing going on for almost how many minutes now? Almost 500 people. I don't know who's going to watch it later. And then the people look at us and say, we don't even know how to articulate our point and bring it without quarreling. Are we not ashamed that, you know, some white-skinned guys can argue without quarreling? And each time we have an opportunity to talk, we just be quarreling with each other.
Here now, you know,
no, it's not good now. It doesn't give. It's not giving ourselves any value at all. Please.
Anybody should know, you know. We shouldn't be doing this here. You know
that. It's my turn, please. I've waited for long.
Yeah. Kene. Long this conversation missed you. I wish you were here.
No, I was being kicked out. It was though I know for Dr. Damages wouldn't want me to discuss it on this channel, but I've requested for the complaint email. I needed to complain about something that is going on here. I'm no longer finding it funny, right? So please, forefathers, if you can help me with the complaint email in the private chat, I will appreciate that. Now, let me start with you, forefathers. People like us here, we have identity. Wow. At least for one, I know that I'm an Igbo man. I am from Biafra, right? And I'm from Anambra State. I have an identity. For one that does not, I'm not saying that you don't have identity, but you have refused to let us know where you come from. We don't even know if you're Nigerian. I'm being honest with you here. Now, I don't think you qualify to discuss about Nigeria or to rebook or try to gag anyone from identifying with Nigeria, with Biafra. Then one thing that I will wish KJ has said it here, but I don't know why we don't. You guys don't want us to be, talking about it, and it keep repeating itself. We can have we can have argument, we can disagree, we can have differing opinion without going personal to a guest. And I don't think this platform encourages people insulting guests here. I don't know when it started. We had Simon Ekpa here, and Dr. Shidi came here and was insulting him. And that is not even enough. And people kept insulting him on the comment section. Then if somebody like me insult back, I will be kicked out. I will be timed out. Is that right? Now, that is it. And then somebody was talking, I think it was Tone, saying that he was not consulted before being forced into Biafra. And I beg to ask, who among you on this panel was consulted before you were forced to be in Nigeria? None. The answer is none. It's rhetorical. You don't have to, because we all know the answer. If I personally go on a platform where not Oduduwa platform, independent platform where Oduduwa Republic is being discussed, I either listen, or if I have a differing opinion, I will say my own and I'll go. I don't talk down on the people that are clamoring for secession. I don't insult them because I feel that my father is the honor of Nigeria. Because I feel that by insulting them, then that will change their mindset or change their decision of secession to becoming a one Nigeria. See, we all here come here to discuss about Nigeria, call Nigeria shithole, agree. We all agree that Nigeria has failed. But the solution is one thing that we've never preferred to that problem. We've never solved the problem. And then you have a people saying that they have tried all they could, and Nigeria is not taking shape. So therefore, they have to go. And then you are coming here to force them to remain in Nigeria, For you that doesn't know where Biafra started and ended, you see that old map of Biafra. We had a country called Biafra between 1967 to 1970. You see that old map. Bring that.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me finish. Bring that old map, and then go as far as finding our brothers that are in Benue, that are in Edo, and all that. Add them to that map. That is where Biafra is. And if you don't like it, we have what they call referendum. Let us go and vote. The public opinion carries the vote.
Thank you.
If your people that are against Biafra wins the vote, then we start talking about Biafra. If we win, then instead of you coming here to insult people without,
thank you,
we should learn to be civil, man.
Okay, who's next?
My brother, forefather. Before we go round and you leave me out, and I forget wait. Can you just wait?
Hasn't spoken.
It's okay. That's okay. Can you just wait before you bring your voice and listen to what I'm saying? I'm saying this to you, sir.
Can you share the complaint email, please?
Yes, you do that because Ken has asked for that twice now in my airwaves. You haven't received it. That's not good. Anyway, before I forget what I have to say to the young madam, I should be allowed to respond because there's a lot that she said against me. It's as though you didn't hear what she was saying and judge it whether she was accurate or wrong. And because of her major inaccuracies, I need to respond to her.
Okay, you will respond. Let OT just say what he wants to say, then you have your chance to fully respond. Thank you. Welcome, OT.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I didn't listen to. I would have loved to, but I mean, I didn't have the opportunity to listen to Maz Ekpa. It was from my name, I think people can guess that I'm an Igbo man. I'm from Anambra State. Really, we can discuss this topic for those who are Igbos and non-Igbos really quite sensibly and dispassionately, without insult, without unnecessary aggravation. Now, the thing is this: if you ask me, the way I understand at my age, the way I understand the world works, I think the project Simon Ekpa and people that follow him, that the project that they embarked on, I just don't believe or think that it can work, because that's not the way the world works, from my understanding. I may be wrong. If they succeed, well and good. And then if you ask what I think, what I believe, I do believe strongly in Igbo nation. And why do I say that? Now, because every people, every nation, Ijaws, Ibibios, Yoruba people, every group is entitled to self-determination, what we call, self-determination, autonomy. Every people has the right to pursue their own individual, separate autonomy. So the Igbos are quite entitled to do that, as a nation, Igbo nation. I believe in that. But when it comes to this Biafra thing, it's a different thing altogether. And really, I live here in the UK, and I have a lot of, I'm quite involved in the Igbo affairs, the community, Igbo meetings and stuff like that. I don't know how many people that are actively following, the Biafran project. I'm not saying it's not a good thing, no, but how things work in the real world, I can't take them seriously. I'm afraid. But equally, I don't have to insult anybody. I can engage with them in argument and try to reason with them and see how they understand what they're doing. That is just my view of it. So really, people shouldn't, get into insults. And for those who think, okay, Nigeria is the only thing that is possible. No, that is, why should that be? None of us here was consulted, asked our opinions and views before Nigeria came into existence. And it's not a natural, it doesn't have the, it's not a matter of It's not a natural fact. Okay, so it doesn't have to be. And with this, to the extent it has existed, it hasn't done many of us any good. And really, the truth of the matter is, perhaps it's better if we start all over again. Okay, in other words, let the whole thing disintegrate. Then start again. You can't force people to be together if they don't share common interest. They don't share some outlook on life. They don't think they have the common destiny. Why should they be together? And for those who think in terms of geopolitics, Africa, wherever. Okay, perhaps even smaller countries that can put their acts together, we benefit in Africa, even the black people, more than something that is not working. Nigeria has not worked, and there's no sign that it's working. So we can be realistic and practical about this and not necessarily be sentimental, emotional. People may be doing something wrong. You may disagree with them. You don't have to insult them. At least they're pursuing what they believe in. Okay, I wouldn't be a clock in there. Be a stumbling block. Okay,
Thank you.
If they declare Biafra on 2nd of December, well and good. What have I got to lose? Okay, I mean, if anybody has any way of saving us from Nigeria, we should. Good luck to all of us. That's all I can say.
I'm beginning to think that I should declare
Forefather,
the greatest nation of the Africans peoples of the world.
Forefather,
I will not go be prime minister. I'm going to be an emperor. So hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Electricity at this rate, because we are all going to give ourselves titles.
It appears this thing is not being recorded on YouTube for some weird reasons. So I don't know. Because my YouTube is not. I don't know if StreamYard it's not working on some YouTube. YouTube seems to be having a
let me see.
problem.
Yeah, same thing here.
The chat is working, but it's not streaming.
Yeah, it's not streaming, and I don't know, for some weird reason. So.
And this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this.
Actually, I've been complaining about this for a long time. Sometimes I come up onto the background because I cannot communicate on the comment section ordinarily as I would like to. So I come into the background. The comment section is now available to me. Prior to that, I would send a message from YouTube. It won't get through. When I come through to the background now, I'll see that my comment hasn't come through. And I don't think this is because of anyone blocking my speech.
Yeah, I think it's affecting the two most viewed channels, Nje and Dr. Damages, and people are beginning to move to Iroko Post, and that is fine. Move to Iroko Post, you'll be able to watch without interruption there. There's 2Niger. You can go to 2Niger too. That too should work. 90 Minutes Africa too should pick up the listen. The other Dr. Damage seems to be suffering some technical issues, and in Genji Media, so it could be some weird attack. I don't know why it will affect two different channels at the same time. If it was a back end from Dr. Damage that is causing it, it wouldn't be affecting Genji Media too. So that said, I think it's jargon.
That's right, correct, and thank you for remembering. My dear sister, I'm addressing everything I'm about to say to you so that we can be accurate in our communication. So for whatever you said earlier that I completely throw away because none of it was really directed to me and the subject, I would respect you and ask you to listen to what I have to say. In the first place, I did not insult you once, not once. What I did say is that those who are calling themselves Biafran, including you, will have to understand that everybody has a voice in this matter because there is no such place called Biafra. It is still Nigeria, whether you like it or not. So in my utterances, if you take these things as insults, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about it. One would have to understand what they feel anew. Now, these are the positions that I did speak of. You see, in spirit terms, when we reply to what people are discussing, we must be sure not to reply by tropes. Tropes are not facts. Tropes, what they do when people put tropes out there, they're almost like hooks with which you are trying to catch people. This is not that. This is a serious discussion about our country and about our nationhood. I don't know how else you're looking at it, just to be taking, oh, I've been offended. I don't suffer for that. If that's how you feel inside, there's nothing I can do and nothing I will ever do to defend you from your own self-affliction, firstly. Second, when I'm looking at this whole two-skirt position, I'm asking every one of us as individuals to just look at that statement, and does it provide any intelligence, intellectually or otherwise, as to who the people who are Biafrans are? Does it provide that nuance, that knowledge? Because for me, I'm blinded by it. I can't understand it. So I throw it away because it's rubbish. Whether you take that as an insult or not, I don't know. Neither do I care. Second, this platform, madam, has been happening way before you. And we've had all levels of bas-bros. We have all taken insults, deep insults in our necks where we don't like it. But somehow, because we get backbone, we are able to assume it, and we don't brush it off for nothing. We argue our point, and we call out that individual that is abusing us. This platform is far from perfect. But from where you are coming from, you are late, very late in this game. You cannot bring whatever your thoughts are to this platform and have it registered in respectful terms when you're speaking from that point of view. I continue. Yes, you said I disrespect women, I don't like women. Where you got this from, only God knows. I honor women, but I'm a man. And as a man, I will speak as one. I love women. I have a good more than 50% of my family are women. And I fall under a lot of their tutelage. So where you get this from, just to throw out there willy-nilly at my person, I disrespect that level of communication. You don't know me. You have no idea on this planet who I am. You keep, anytime I tell you, you speak about me, you say you claim Yoruba, you think you are Yoruba, or some issue like that. For me, that is rude. That is rude. I've told you clearly that I'm a Yoruba person, but you don't want to respect that. You know what is Yoruba. It's nothing to do with Biafra. It's not a collective in terms of the Yorubas with X, with Y, with W. No, you know what it is. So why you are repeating this is beyond me. Now, I think I've packaged everything I wanted to say and put it right squarely back at you, madam, who cannot take communication. What I've offered here is direct, what I've offered here is direct communication to everything I disagree with you about. I've not called you any names. I'm not about to call you any name. It's not my, I'm very good at it, mind you. I'll call anybody any name on the planet and you will feel it in your gut. But that's not what I'm doing here, madam. I'm speaking to the matter of fact. Lastly, this thing called Biafra, it is within my peer view. I'm not blind. I'm not walking around like, I'm not doing any of that, madam. I am speaking about an issue that I know of. In my family, if you like to know, there are Igbos in my family. There are Hausa people in my family. I love them. Are you with me, madam? Are you with me? Once you catch up to what kind of intellect you are dealing with, then I think you will respond better. I thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not going to respond to you, because even if we start from Sunday to Monday,
Madam Doctor,
I will not respond to you. Okay, you think by speaking the way you are speaking, you think you can intimidate me. I'm not going to engage you. Good
It's
night.
Like I made no point.
And feel good.
It's like I
All
made
you
no
said
point.
is to make you
It's
feel
okay.
good.
Thank you,
Feel
madam.
good about it.
Django,
Thank
leave
you.
just leave it. And
sorry, Forefather, I left
yeah.
a message for you in the private section. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. We're going to be rolling up soon. So, madam, I really appreciate you coming, because one thing you want to know is that when women are around and so many men are here, you have the privilege to speak almost at any time while I'm sitting here. So you can interrupt Jagu, especially when Jagu wants to talk. You can just say, "Hey, I want to say something." Jagu will not say anything. It's all right. Who is next?
I
I
was
speak the
supposed to.
truth. I speak
Yeah.
the truth. Okay, welcome. I speak the truth.
Thank
Please
you.
go ahead.
Dr. Aggie, are you
Please, I'm here.
good? So I've been enjoying the show ever since. I like the way you present. I might not agree with everything you say, but I think it is a breath of fresh air the way you respond and the way you carry yourself, and I think it's a beautiful thing. One thing I
Thank you
want to
so
say,
much.
forefathers, and I'll get back to the question I wanted to ask her. Just because this so-called buzz boast that happens, at some point you need to cut it, okay? Because there has to be some sort of decorum when people are speaking. There has to be some sort of civility. Like I said about Simon Ekpa earlier, if I never knew anything about the Biafran struggle before he started getting in classes with people, I would have been sold on on his course, because the way he carried himself and the way he answers his questions before he started getting attacked, he was very civil. He might not have answered all the questions. He might beat around the bush and skirt around the questions. He's very slick with words. I give him that. But you got to say, okay, he's a politician. But before you go back and watch it, before he started feeling antagonized or feeling that he was getting attacked, he wasn't insulting anybody. And I can understand where he came from when he had to hit back. And the same thing almost seems to be happening now. So at some point, I think, and I've said this a lot of times on this show, at some point you have to start checking these things, because you can state your position. And I'm not saying it was wrong if Tone felt the way he felt, and I'm not pointing you out because Tone, you're my man, and you felt how you felt, and I'm not saying Ekba was right. I'm just saying that this was what happened. But in this instance now, forefathers at some point, this is a woman and she's just there sitting down and she's not saying anything. And I really don't even want to go into it. So I'll just digress. But at some point, we can, like Odie said, we can actually disagree without calling each other names or being forced to call each other names. We can disagree vehemently. I don't have to see your position. I don't have to agree with you, but I don't have to denigrate you as a human being. But that being said, I wish we could pull up the map again. And there were certain things I wanted to, if we have the time, of course, that I wanted to ask the doctor, which I had already asked. I was actually the one, madam, that asked Simon Ekber the question. Now,
Your country
huh?
you don't get it.
Go ahead
Is
and
is
ask your
someone
question.
talking? Okay. So, madam, if we go like even what's his name? Kenny just said, and Simon Ekman himself said, he wants us to go back to the region, what the map looked like in 1967. I know Kenny expounded on that and said, well, he went further and mentioned Benue and the other parts that weren't part of the Eastern region. So I'll say, let me just stick with the Eastern region, right? What the Eastern region was. So right there, we have the River
Okay,
Niger, right? There was a natural boundary separating the old Eastern region from the Western region, right? When Biafran forces invaded, they got stopped in Ori. Now, if you want to demarcate and say you want to go into where Iwere and Ika and Anioma are, you are crossing into what used to be the Western region.
This is
Through there's a
voice.
who's that?
Don't stop unmuting yourself. You are going to get your turn.
Mute
Your
me
turn.
now.
Please
Why are
finish.
they mute me? Making
True.
this up.
Because it's not your turn.
Who's that? This
It's
is
Mr. Ugo. Please go ahead.
Oh, behave yourself, sir. Thank you. So crossing into that, madam, will put you in where used to be the former Western region. Now, if let's play devil's advocate and you pretend now you are not Biafran and pretend you come from the Western region. All right. This is what I'm always asking people to see it from. So let's pretend you are from the old Western region. Would you, knowing that you've had a skirmish, a war with the East, would you first is two questions. Why would you now let them set up shop, military bases on your side, knowing that they're just a stone throw away from Ore, from Lagos? And second, why would you allow them to control both sides of the river Niger? So you cut their access to the river. You've cut them off from any sort of marine economy that they would have gained or garnered from the river Niger. So I think this is the conundrum that, as you say, you're a leader and a government official in the Biafran government. I think this is something you people really need to sit down and look at, because nobody's going to let that go.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Madam, you can answer.
yes. My question is this, to make it clearer to me, which state did you see when you say Western region? For me, my understanding of Western region would be in this map that you saw, there is a current Yoruba state in the map. Is there any?
Well, I said Western owing to the fact that he said Eastern regions, and he specifically said whatever the maps were in 1967. So if we go with what was in 1967, then there was a natural demarcation which the River Niger provided, which led us to know this is the Western region, which later became the Midwest, which later became Bendel, Edo, and Delta, and the Eastern region, which later became the Southeast.
Doctor, can I respond to him just a minute?
Okay.
No.
My brother.
I think
No.
Kene, hold on. After she answers,
Okay,
Mr.
can let me just answer.
Said anything.
Okay. To the best of my knowledge, in that map, there's no Yoruba speaking state in the map, but there is, if you consider the current Edo state as the Western region. I'm just addressing you blindly because, like I said, I thought you mentioned a state there. If you're considering the current Edo state, yes, some I don't know whether you know a place called like the Godomigodo. It's part of the Biafra map that you saw there. And I'm using Igodomigodo as an example to tell you this. Like, it's so, like, no matter what I say here, but with time, each and every one of us will know that Mazi Ekene that wanted to speak, this Biafra map was not drawn by His Excellency. I still say it again. People from Igodomigodo volunteered to be, I'm using that, I'm not saying only that state, I'm just answering because to the Western, when you were saying the Western, if you counted Edo State as part of it,
right.
They want to be part of Biafra. Even to the extent, couple of days ago, they launched their own vigilante, more or less, asking His Excellency. They didn't say it by words, it's like, we are part of Biafra, they are protecting their own territory. The same, if I go the way this Biafra map came, let me use the state that I'm sure of, okay? like the states, like say Anambra State, the current Anambra State, the 3 senatorial zone. Each senatorial zone is a state. The same way in Imo State, the same way in Abia State, the same way in Enugu State. Okay, the same in Ebonyi. So if we go by that, these states, each one is from any senatorial district is a state. The ones that I will not say exactly how it came about is the Lower Kogi and Lower Benue. Again, whether you want to believe it or not, His Excellency did not draw this map. There was a boundary committee constituted, and this map didn't just come out overnight. It has been for, let me not say, nothing less than 2 years. It comes out, these people will come, it's people's map.
Can I ask you a straight question?
Yes.
The map around the boundaries that contains people of other languages and cultures.
Like which one? Please give me an example.
Ijo,
Okay.
Ishekiri, Calabar, Akwa Ibom, Ibibio people. All these people, and then some of people in the Benue. The majority of them sign on to this, because it's one thing to say somebody within them said that that could be true that he said it, but the majority of them are aware and sign on to what you are this map you put up.
I did not put it up, and
the map we are.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You said the Biafra map that was put up.
Yeah. Biafra map that was put up.
Yeah. So when you say the majority, like remember, like for me here, I would not speak to something that I don't know the detail. But like what I'm telling you is what I'm speaking from my own view, that every representative, because we have county, Biafran states are got into district and county, and each person is represented. So if, let's say, for instance, there are 5 county in a state, let's say Ipumesia, there are 5 county in Ipumesia, and there are people, whether they are 10, whether they are 20 from Ipumesia, they come and say they want to be part of Biafra, and they are represented. What am I going to say? The majority. Everybody cannot be, I've never seen where everyone goes one direction. The majority, yes, the majority that agree to be part of Biafra are represented.
So if Hausa wants to join and 20 Hausa men come, 20 Yoruba men come, you will accept it?
It's not, like again, like I say, you like the way you are asking this question, you kind of not listening to what I'm saying. I said, for example, whether is Yoruba wants to join and the Yoruba people say, come there to represent, is their representative? Is it not what we go by sample? Are we gonna force people who don't want to be part of Biafra to be part of it? Are we gonna drag people from their house?
I just want to get a clear answer. Are you saying that 20 people will come out from Lagos or Ogun State just come out and say, okay, we want to be part of Biafra? You're going to accept it, even if you, in your own mind, you believe most Yorubas will be against it?
I don't know about saying most Yorubas. Just like the way Constitution is, the map is not rigid. It's fluid. That's one thing I always say, that some people that are against the Biafra agitation, some of us don't just try to do our own investigation. If you have been following His Excellency on the space, you will know that everything is put out there. Nothing is rigid. This map doesn't mean, like, for instance, if there is a place called, let's say, Forefathers in that map today, then when Biafra nation is restored, the people from Forefathers say, oh, let me go by what you're saying. We are not going to go by that name. They have the right to change it. Nothing is static. But at least presently, the ones that agreed to name it Forefathers. So when that time comes, they say they want to change it, they will change it. That's exactly how it is.
What I'm trying to get
And
at.
another, can I finish?
Okay, go
And
ahead.
it's so interesting for each and every one of you here to start asking this question. Did you ask 1914 when you were amalgamated? The constitution that they are using since 1999 to run that contraction today, were you part of it?
How did that happen?
No.
Is it not because because of our mumu nature? We are busy fighting each other. Igbo man is coming to take everything. We are fighting each other like we are doing now.
What I'm saying is this is so interesting that, and it's a good thing to ask, because this Biafra agitation actually has made a lot of people to try to read or to be aware. So the question everyone is asking here is very, very, very relevant. But the point is, at this stage where we are now, what we are looking for is to restore the Biafra nation. After that, everything you want to change, you change.
Okay, good. Now, the point I was trying to get at is that for you to come out and they draw a map that include the people that
Who is
one
speaking,
can.
please? I don't even know
His
who.
forefathers is the
Oh,
whole.
forefathers, I thought you were moderating. How can you be
Yeah. I'm
speaking?
asking you a question. You don't like the questions. I'm asking you questions. I want to draw because people tend to disagree with you and everything, but I want you to explain your position so you understand maybe you might get insight into some of the issues. Because like Calabar now, Ijo, all those people, I know, I was there, that they don't subscribe to this. And if you say 10 of them came, 20 of them came and said they want to join Biafra, knowing full well that the vast majority of them will disagree with that, you are even alienating them even further by even assuming that you just putting a map like this, that they will just assume that they have dreams to come and take our land, God forbid. You see what I mean?
Okay, like forefathers, like I said, with due respect, I heard that you're an African man, so I won't use one wife again. Like I said, some of your wives, not all of them might subscribe to Biafra. Okay? Some of them might subscribe, some will not. Even the United States here today we live, not all the states supported. I think, let me not say that I read that myself, I haven't read that, but I remember His Excellency mentioning that Rhode Island wasn't even in support of United States at one point, but they are part of the US today. All I'm trying to tell each and every one of us is this: not all of us can agree on anything. So Biafra restoration is not going to be an exception. When you say about Calabar people, we have them. So like I said, it's like not everybody will. Even some people are begging, like that are not close to us, to be part of us. Some people are very envious of that we have people that, let me call it, Biafrans have people who are standing up and defending them. You don't have to buy it. What I'm saying is that if you don't like what is being done, you are entitled to it. And no amount of time we spend here today will stop Biafra restoration. Nothing will stop it. So all I say is this: if you're not part of it, speak in a very civilized way, write in a very civilized way, because at the end of the day, I'm Igbo speaking Biafran, Onye Mechi, so that nobody knows tomorrow. Each and nobody knows tomorrow. So we try not to show so much hatred. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I think the last thing I'm going to say on this is the way you talk is to convince people about this thing. Let me give you an instance. When you say people are asking to come and join us, it still is the same point. Not majority of those people's people are asking to come and join it, but you make that statement like it's a valid point to make. If 10 people from a group say they want to join, it doesn't mean the entire population wants to join you. And you shouldn't, for you to be saying that as a reference that people want to join you, it's not fair, because that could lead to animosity on the vast majority of that actual population